Weapons wins the weekend, proving once again that people need to stop betting me when it comes to box office. Winston A. Marshall doesn't necessarily hit the stake, but I got 5 on it. And our good, great Ed Harrell goes against me. Even though he came to the show. Silly Ed. We have a lot of things to talk about on the show today. There was a lawsuit that Gina Carano settled. John and I were going back and forth in text on it. James Gunn dismisses the Batman Part 2 rumor that Jeff Snyder actually reported. So we'll talk about that. And then Gunn was also talking about Superman box office profitability. We have that and more on the show here today. So let's get into it. It's myself and John Rocha on the Kristian Harloff Show on this Monday. Let's do it. Welcome back to the show, ladies and gentlemen. It is Monday, and joining me on the show, as always, John Rocha. John, what's going on, buddy?
What's going on, everyone? Hello. Oh, my camera. Hello, everyone. Sorry about this. Moving around, got a new stand. How's everyone doing? Happy Monday. Welcome to the world.
Yeah, how was the weekend?
Busy. We had my girlfriend's sister in town for their anniversary. It's our anniversary today, 7 years together. Remember way back when, Kristian, when you guys were like, no way you guys are going to last. How do you know after 2 dates that you're
last? I never said last.
Whoa. You said, like, if you go back and watch it, people were like shocked that we got together so quickly and we knew so
engaged. You were engaged quickly.
Yeah, we were engaged quickly.
Yeah. No, that's two different things. I said engaged.
You know, we're still kicking it 7 years.
Still engaged. So I was right.
It was a good time, and we hung out with her dogs who were here, which is a lot of fun. I'm exhausted. How was yours? Oh, you good?
No, it was good. I went to the beach and took yesterday's family and took the little one to a party. That she had a birthday party. It was funny. She gets there and she's like, she's very different than my oldest. My oldest would be like, just whatever party you take her to, she's just talking to everybody. And the little one's always kind of looking around, and she's like, I don't know anybody here. She's like, I want to go home. And I'm like, just chill out for a second, will you? And she's sitting with me, and then finally she jumps in the pool. She starts talking to people, and she's like one of these people that kids just kind of gravitate towards when she's playing.
Yeah, because she doesn't get DGAF. No. Yeah,
no, there's a video of that. I don't want to post it, but I'm recording her because my wife's like, is she finally playing? I'm like, she's playing. So I was recording her, and she's floating around on the thing with another friend, and then she sees me recording her, and she goes, hilarious. Anyway, so that was the weekend, and I guess what did I do on Saturday? Oh, Saturday night we had a live show. We had the live show.
Oh, you did? With you and Sam?
Me and Sam did the live show. It was great. It was great. We had a nice turnout. It was a lot of fun. Good. Saw some regulars, some new people, and it was just good. We kind of recapped the MCU journey. Had some laughs. You know, audience asked some great questions, and we did a Q&A afterwards. It was really good.
Did you get any New York hecklers?
No, it wasn't that. I posted on the shorts because, you know, on the Marvel rewatch, what it was doing is, first of all, I didn't realize that Michael Giacchino did the fanfare for the Marvel. Dun, 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 you know that one. And so that song I have turned into the Don Cheadle song every time we watch it. And it's John Cheadle. I don't remember how I can do it. I gotta hear it when I'm doing it. Yeah. But I was like, John Cheadle, where are you? And I did it, and I was like, because we do it every single time, and I was like, I feel like the audience must know it.
Right.
So they brought me up to that song, and I put it on as one of my shorts. And the audience sang along with the Don Cheadle song. It was pretty great.
That's awesome.
It was pretty great.
Yeah,
it was good. So
yeah,
what?
It's good to hear. That's great. I'm glad it went well. Yeah,
it was good. Speaking of going well,
hey,
weapons went really well. Made a bet with Winston. He was sure that overall, that Freaky Friday would beat weapons. There's no way.
Winston.
Yeah. Ed Harrell says yesterday, you're gonna owe Winston $5. 45 million it made. I said, yes, internationally, my friend, it made 45, but overall 75 or 72 for weapons, and weapons crushed Freakier Friday domestically as well. Weapons didn't just open this weekend. It also launched in 73 global markets. As a result, the film pulled in 42.5 million domestically, 27.5 overseas, 70 million worldwide, with a $38 million budget. This is how you make movies, folks. The film is already set for a quite profitable run in cinemas. Disney's Freakier Friday hit 46 international territories this weekend and pulled in 15.5 million overseas to join its 29 million domestic haul, resulting in a 44.5 million worldwide debut. That film had a budget of 42 million. This is really good news in general that we can get into. But Marvel's The Fantastic Four earned another 15.5, a drop of 60% in its third weekend, and a further 17.5 million overseas, where the fall-off has been slighter. Overall, it stands at 230 million domestically and 432 worldwide. Superman, meanwhile, is now up to 578 million worldwide, following a further 7.8 domestic and 5.8. Jurassic World Rebirth continues strong overseas, taking in a further 16 million and hitting 800 million, John. 800. Going way past that bet.
We're all lost. We're all lost.
As it costs 180 million, it's really less than the previous Jurassic World installments. The film's already profitable for Universal. The studio is expected to make good coin on Jurassic via PVOD, where it launched on Tuesday. Once again, we see that release hasn't really impacted the film's box office prospects, while the title still earned a further 4.5 million domestically and dropping just 46 in its sixth weekend. Bad Guys 2, Naked Gun are getting staggering international releases, and so box office is varying for them. In the second weekend domestically, though, the films dropped 53 and 50 respectively. Four is already up to 83.9 worldwide. Just jumping to Box Office Mojo, you see again there are the numbers. The Naked Gun, as we see there, so far has made 56. I don't know how much that movie costs. It's kind of a travesty. I wish that movie would have made
18. I think it was only 18.
That's okay. So it's gonna do fine, but I really wish it would have made more. Bad Guys 2, 83 million. I mean, that's got to, I don't know how much Bad Guys 2 cost, but I would assume that's pretty good.
All right, so the budget for Naked Gun was 42. Yikes.
42. Okay. Bad Guys 2, what's that budget, John? Because if that budget, 83 million so far on that's decent.
The Bad Guys 2 budget was 80 million.
Oh, 80. Oof.
Yeah.
80 million. Who's making this movie for 80 million?
Animation is expensive, man.
Come on.
Like, this isn't fucking South Park. Like, you gotta pay, man.
Bad Guys 2 for 80 million. What are you doing?
Well, the thing is, the first one was made for about 69 to 80, but it made 250. So
listen, is Fantastic Four making 500? I feel it will.
I think it's going to be a stretch to make 500.
Oh, I see what you did.
I'm not betting steak dinner, but 70 more million, considering it's dropping 60% every week from the previous week. That is,
I wouldn't make that bet, but I would say that I wouldn't be surprised because Superman, which where the hell did Superman go? Superman's not in the top. It's over here. Okay.
Yeah.
Superman is now at 578, and we said between 550 and 6. I think is what we're, and I think that's going to be. That's a nice run. I think overall. I mean, it's not obviously
right.
It's a win. It's not where everyone thought, and everybody, fans, everyone thought that we're just still living in 2018. But I think 600 million will be a win for them. Not a win for Fantastic Four.
I don't care how you spend that, man. That's got to be a.
It's a hurt.
Maybe not a flop, but it's close.
It's not that was your big gun this year. Freakier Friday. These are the stories that I love. For both 44 million so far, what Freakier Friday has made. Now the question is, has the audience that it was intended for already seen it?
Yeah.
But it was a smaller budget. It was nice that a movie it felt like a Disney Plus movie, well produced, but it felt like today this should be on Disney Plus. So what people actually going to the theater to see this is encouraging. But this is the story. I mean, this is the story. It's Weapons, because Weapons, people will continue to see this. I don't know how big the drop off will be, but 70 million overall, 42 domestic, 27 internationally. And the thing that was, I think, about this particular movie, John, is I talked about this the other day. My friend called me up and said, "Hey, I'm going to see a movie with my lady. What should I see?" And he gave me three options. He said, "Superman, Fantastic Four, Weapons." I said, "Weapons. Go see Weapons." I sent him to see Weapons right away because it's the one that. And he came back and he loved it. He loved it. He said it was. He. There are some people who feel this way. I didn't, and I wonder if you will. That the last 3 or 4 minutes wasn't as great as the rest of the movie. I thought the last 3 or 4 minutes was just as great as the rest of
Okay.
it. But the movie is annihilating. It is a small movie. Zach Cretton is a star. He is a directing star. He was going to yeah. I saw you talking on Hot Mic, and it's because I think it's because you haven't seen the movie. To be completely honest with you, you said that why do you go to Resident Evil, right? And I think that I would have agreed with you had I not seen Weapons. Like why would you go there? I feel like he and his spin. I feel like he could make Resident Evil what they thought it was gonna be. Right after that game, like what ultimately season 1 of Last of Us did for us, or did for that game. Popular as that game was, I think that that's what he can do for Resident Evil with his skills.
You might be, you might be right. My thing is that it's a hell of a chance to try to take that property, which is, let's be honest, that is seen as a kind of a B level. C-level type of property. Mila Jovovich, I mean, come on. It's you know what you're dealing with.
But it shouldn't have been, because the game is so popular.
Right. The game is popular, but at the time, these are the people that own the rights, and this is the level of quality, like Paul W. was saying, this is a level of quality of director and actress that they're attracting and can get, right? You're not going to get Scarlett Johansson and somebody else to lead. It's not going to happen. So looking at this now, Kreger is essentially going to try to take this thing to the A-list level. And that's the approach. Now, you're right. The video game adaptations have changed so much over the last few years. People have now a higher expectation. They've certainly leaned into more of the cinematic aspects of these games, because the games have gotten more cinematic as well. And so you see that that's a logical step. So when I was talking about it, it's more or less like, I don't know why you would take this on, because it's such a heavy weight. But as I read more about this weekend, his approach to the Joker story he wants to tell as well. Zach is clearly a guy who is marching to his own beat and is not like, how do I play the Hollywood game? How do I, no, it's more like, listen, this is what is attracting me, and I'm going to spend all weekend or all next couple of weeks writing a whole Joker script, or I'm going to look at Resident Evil. I know what I can do with it and change it. So he's a unicorn in that way as a director in Hollywood. And so, yes, I have still my questions and my doubts and whether it's a wise career move, but if he knocks it out of the park with something that is absolutely an incredible interpretation, then he'll have been proven right that he made this move, that this move was the correct move.
He's taking the big job now, right? And that's what a lot of them. Well, I mean, Coogler did essentially the same thing he did in a movie too, right? Did Fruitvale Station and jumped right to Creed, even though Creed was probably on the same budget level than I think that Weapons, around that, in the same neighborhood, and then he jumps to the big blockbuster,
right?
But I wonder where Cretton's going to go, because
you keep saying Cretton. It's Kreger, right? Because
Kreger. Thank you, Kreger. Yes, Kreger. Thank you. Because you know why? Because Matt Serra just watched Jurassic World, and Michael Crichton's name was on the. Thank you. Kreger
Creighton.
Yeah, it's not, that will not happen for very long, where I forget his name, because I think he's a massive star. I think that he likes to make movies. You can tell. There is a part of me that goes, I'm more interested in seeing a Resident Evil than I ever would have been before if somebody else was doing it.
Sure. Totally.
But I also go with you in saying, like, he's just done so good in those 2 original movies he's already done, that I want to see him do that again.
Yeah.
I want to see him be able to make those movies. But hey, go for get your name out there and be the guy that saves that IP. I get it.
Artists are inspired by what they're inspired by, and if this is what he's inspired by, and he seems like he's not waffling, like you can sense Greta Gerwig in Narnia. That's a thing where she's like, damn it, I shouldn't have signed on to this, but I got to see it out. I got to do the best I can with it and move on to the next thing. It's just, I've committed to it. You can sense that energy when you're reading news about that. That's not the same thing here. You can tell Kreger is completely interested in this and really wants to do a great job here and revitalize the franchise, so to speak. So it'll be interesting to see when we start to see some first images, when we start to see some hear about the approach that he's taking. It's going to be fascinating to see the reaction from the fans who are Resident Evil fans, but also the casuals.
Isn't it crazy though too? Because you look at traditionally, even when you looked at like 2015, 2016, April was starting to be the beginning of the summer season. They were throwing in at the end of April. They were throwing in Fast and Furious. They were throwing in Infinity War. They were throwing, because you would get week after week of the big movies, and it was always traditionally, even before that, May would start it, June would be heavy, July and then July 4th, you get Independence Day, all these different movies, the big movies, and then the beginning of August, you'd get, one movie that maybe a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles or something, and then that's really the end of summer.
Yeah.
It's refreshing to see the beginning of August is these two movies, and they're as talked about, or at least Weapons is as talked about as some of these other movies. Maybe not as talked about as Superman, but as talked about as some of these other movies that were out there and doing better when you compare the numbers than, crushing Fantastic Four as far as when you go with what it costs as far as what it made. So are we in for a change with what people are going to see in the theaters now?
I don't know. The idea of dead months to me is, I think, slowly going the way of the dodo, because people, these studios need to have successes almost every month that they're putting out. The film industry needs to have success every month they put out films, and these studios need to find these places where the people haven't usually gone to a movie and take a chance. Like, remember, February was dead for a long time, and then Black Panther and Deadpool changed February around. January still hasn't quite gotten that, but Aquaman and Aquaman 2 rather, and Aquaman both threatened to turn January into something big.
That came out in December. Those came out in December.
Yeah, but I'm saying the way they carried over into January in Powerhouse. Sure. So there is people who will go to movies in these dead months now that used to be part of the traditional calendar. And I wonder if maybe these studios are exploring taking a chance with a film to put it out in a certain month that usually is dead. And so there's not really. So the idea of a summer season or a fall season or all that kind of stuff kind of goes away, where it's more a matter of a consistent year of great movies coming out no matter what season it is.
Well, the only reason that January's always kind of traditionally been, like I always said, the toilet bowl movie season, because or horror low budget movies come out and they put them out there, because you see a lot of the marketing is spent throughout the year and different things. So the movies that they have shot and gone, this is not going to perform for us, put it in January and see if we can make some money off of it. It's usually just kind of how it happens, because you don't want to take those big spots, because February was like the Valentine's Day romantic comedies for a bit, and then they started putting out like one or two of the big budget movies in February, and March started. And the first time I remember March really doing that was with 300, when that was like 2005 or something. But there's like, you will get those movies, and then November, December has now become summer season part 2, because, and I've brought this up 1,000 times, The Force Awakens is the first movie ever to cross $100 million opening weekend. No other movie had ever done that before, because they weren't going for those types of movies back then. So it's changed, it's moved around, but I think that these types of movies, and the horror movies, usually have the opportunity to be the biggest profit ones, because they make them for smaller budgets. They get really good stars in them. And I liked the deal. I'd love to see what Josh Brolin's overall deal was for this movie, because he was a producer on it. Right. So they probably cut back his fee. The cast was incredible. You got Julia Garner, Alden Ehrenreich, Josh Brolin, Benedict Wong. It's a really good cast, and it plays together well. And I like the way he pieces things together. So anyway,
because I haven't seen it, let me ask you this: do you think, because there was a news story that came out over the weekend that like Krager had to readjust the entire schedule and the film because Pedro had to pull out to go be in.
Oh, Pedro was supposed to be in it?
Yeah, Pedro was supposed to play, I think,
instead of Brolin?
The Josh Brolin character.
Oh.
Do you think the right thing happened there? Do you think Brolin was the right choice over Pedro?
Yes.
It's a happy accident the way it went down.
1,000%. And not because I'm not a fan of Pedro Pascal. The opposite. I'm a huge fan. He would have been in yet another movie. Overexposure is a real thing. Yeah. It's a real thing. No matter how great of an actor or actress you are, the audience will say, okay, we know there other people exist. It's like you don't have to be in everything. And people like Brolin. Brolin's cool. Brolin's cool, and he's great in the movie. And Pedro's not necessary for this movie. I think I think he was great for Fantastic Four. I haven't seen the other ones. I'm going to see the other ones that he did. With Joaquin, and the Materialist with Dakota Johnson. But I think it would have been a better. I don't think it would have been a good choice. I think this is not that he wouldn't have done the role right. But there's something that Brolin does in this movie. People who saw it. There's a particular scene that happens, and it's not necessarily supposed to be funny, but in the way that he reacts in the scene is hilarious, and not like where it throws you off hilarious. Like that's how I would react if that thing just happened to me.
Yeah.
Right. And I don't know. And it felt very Brolin. It felt like Brolin was the one who came up with that. It might not have been, but it felt like it. So
he's one of the most criminally underappreciated actors. And by that, I mean, like everyone loves Josh Brolin, right? Yeah. But people don't talk about him in the same breath that they talk about the great actors of a certain level, right? But he is so good at sliding in and delivering these fantastic performances. Yeah. And they're subtle, they're subtle but noticeable, right? And so I'm looking forward to seeing what he does here, because Thanos was an amazing interpretation. No Country for Old Men. Yeah. Hell, even Sicario, his role in Sicario was a fascinating portrayal. So, like, there's so many things that he's been doing for years as an actor that even his Cable was fun in Deadpool 2. So, I just don't think people revere him in quite the same breath, and they need to, because this guy is a multifaceted actor.
He's great, and Julia Garner was able to kind of shine in that. There's glimpses of like kind of her very different character, but there's glimpses of what she does in Ozark in this, which I hadn't seen her do in a while. And Aaron Reich, he's always really good. He's always really good, and he's really good in this. So anyway, makes sense why it did what it did. What do you guys think about the box office numbers? Is this encouraging, or is it like, no, that's horror movie people go and see horror movies all the time? It's not going to change the way people go and see movies. But then I would counter and say, well, what about Freakier Friday? You think that's just because of the core audience who nostalgia wanted to go back and see it, or is it starting to shift and people want to see different things in the movie theater? Put your thoughts in there. Let us know. All right, before we move on, I'm going to tell you guys that, and I'm excited to tell you guys, I have been, since I got here, shopping for cars and everything too. Car shopping is tough. It's designed, I feel, like it's like you're supposed to like second guess yourself when you're shopping. It's like, I don't know, I can't tell. Is this a good price? I think this is the right choice. Well, this is the good thing. Car Gurus. You don't have to wonder. They have the most inventory of new and used cars, so you can find the best deal. And with unbiased deal ratings, price drop alerts, and in-depth vehicle reviews, you'll make a decision you can feel great about, because a big deal should never feel like a big risk. It is solid. And I think you're going to dig it, because what Carus is going to do, it's going to connect you with trusted dealerships when you're ready, and it ensures a transparent and hassle-free buying process. It gives you the control to shop how you want to shop, with the tools, information, and data-driven deals that you need. It's no wonder that SimilarWeb estimated traffic data shows Carus is the #1 most visited car shop site. So you can buy or sell your car today with Car Gurus at cargurus.com. You got to go to cargurus.com. Make sure that your big deal is the best deal. That is cargurus.com. Also, want to tell you guys, I've been telling you guys about our good friends over at Cash App. Oh man, I'm so glad to finally talk to you guys about Cash App. I've been using Cash App forever, and now I get to talk to you guys about it. Don't worry, it's very easy, fast to sign up. Do you even know how much interest your money is earning you in your bank account right now? Well, let me tell you some stuff. Cash App can do way more than you think to make your money work for you. If you direct deposit at least $300 in paychecks each month and use the Cash App card for purchases, you can earn up to 4% annual interest on your savings. There's no hidden fees, no minimum balance requirements. Also, you can hit your saving goals even faster by turning on the Roundups feature on your Cash App card. With Roundups, every purchase you make using the card is rounded up to the nearest dollar, and that spare change is automatically put into your savings. Don't let your money sit around and gather dust. Make it work for you. Take advantage of high interest savings on Cash App today. For a limited time only, new Cash App customers can use our exclusive code and earn some additional cash. For real, just download the Cash App, use our exclusive referral code, Kristian, in your profile, send $5 to a friend. Within 14 days, you're going to get $10 dropped right into your account. Terms apply. That's money. That's Cash App. Cash App is a financial service platform, not a bank. Banking services provided by Cash App's bank partner. Prepaid debit cards issued by Sutton Bank, members FDIC, direct deposit, roundups, overdraft coverage, and discounts provided by Cash App, a Block Inc. brand. Visit cash.app/legal/podcast for full disclosure. Oh, perfect. Cash App and both Car Gurus. Make sure you sign up and tell them that we sent you.
Yeah.
John, I got good news.
Okay.
The hot mic is live right now. We're gonna have the audience go over and ask them why they're live right now. I gotta say, it was the best.
You motherfucker!
I sat here because laughing my fucking tits off as I was sitting right over here watching you guys because you were in the middle of some heated debate.
Yeah. Jeff was on one that day, and I'll tell you, sometimes I can resist Jeff's anger energy, and sometimes I can't. And he was on one that day, and we were battling. And then some of the watchers of your show came in, and we're like, Kristian's is asking why you guys are live, and I'm like, what the hell? He doesn't control us. And it was like, it was a whole thing.
I did this. I did this. Into the homer, into the bushes,
because Campia's people have come over at times when we're live, and they're like, "Why are you guys live? Campia's on." It's like, I just don't understand the mentality of it. Also, but then I calmed down by the end of the show, and if you watch the show at the end, I'm like,
it's funny,
guys. Kristian was busting balls. That's all it was.
It was hilarious. It was absolutely hilarious. I not once. I called you and Jeff, and I was
it was very kind,
laughing my ass off though in the middle of it, but I couldn't. It was funny. Anyway, so there's always controversy with Jeff. So I don't want to do controversy today. Is that cool?
Yeah, fine. What do you want to do?
Gina Carano.
Yeah,
let's do it. Disney settles the Gina Carano lawsuit, John.
Yeah.
Check this out. Disney and Lucasfilm have settled the lawsuit from Gina Carano, who accused the suit of discrimination and wrongful termination regarding her firing from the Star Wars TV series The Mandalorian. Filed last year, Carano's lawsuit alleged she was fired for voicing right-wing opinions on social media and sought a court order that would force Lucasfilm to recast her. Elon Musk helped fund through the suit. The filing came after Lucasfilm announced in 2021 that Carano would not return to the hit series after sharing a post talking about persecution for political views, the latest in a series of posts sharing her views on a number of hot-button political views. She was dropped by UTA following the controversy. The terms of the settlement announced on Thursday were not disclosed. In a statement, Lucasfilm spokesperson said, "With this lawsuit concluded, we look forward to identifying opportunities to work together with Ms. Carano in the near future. Ms. Carano was always well respected by her directors, co-stars, and staff, and she worked hard to perfect her craft while treating her colleagues with kindness and respect." Carano, in her own statement, says that the deal is the best outcome for all parties involved, and my desires remain in the arts, and capping off with the line, "Yes, I'm smiling." Okay, so you had texted me when all this went down, because I don't know what episode it was. I couldn't find it, but I remember I was one of the only people. I remember talking to you about this. I remember I think I talked to Campy about this on his show. I talked to a bunch of other people when the lawsuit was going through and what they were listing of all the things that she was going for. I said, she's going to win this. And everyone told me that I was nuts. Everybody said, no, there's no way. Disney's not going to bend the knee. There's no way. I said, she is going to win this lawsuit because of what she is saying there. Now, look, you could say, look, well, she was employed there and they asked her, hey, don't do this. She did it anyway.
Oh, yeah.
She did. And because of it, they said, well, we don't want to work with this person anymore. The problem was that it was what she was saying. There's enough proof there to say, well, I was just putting my thoughts out there in the same way that X puts their thoughts out there about their political views. There was nothing in there that they could prove that she did. Even if you said, you could hint at what her posts were and you could say maybe it was insensitive and other things, sure, but there's nothing. She was still on the show and she was still working to be on the show. I was like, she's got the right legal team, they're going to win this. And it's the same reason why they put that statement out there. I guarantee it was part of the agreement. Was they've got to say something really nice about her inside of that thing, because she has lost tremendous amounts of opportunities. Because you don't think she's lost opportunities because of all that?
I don't think you said tremendous, and there's no way I'll say tremendous because she's a marginal actress at best. So tremendous is a bit of a stretch.
From what
I would say opportunities, sure. Tremendous opportunities, no.
I think tremendous in the first. Nobody was taking her calls. Her agency dropped her. Everything happened. I mean, she built up a side and an audience that wasn't there before because of the support, for sure.
Sure, but like, if that audience would have traveled with her to that Daily Wire Western and nobody saw that movie, it barely made $18,000 in the movie. So
you're right, and that's
with
well,
that
it also didn't have it didn't,
anyone saying that she was going to go be this amazing star is out of their damn minds.
well, they didn't have the power to promote those movies and stuff too, in the way that the machine has for the. I mean, I'm saying you can promote it to one side of things, and you're not wrong. That you probably could have. More people should have gone and seen it. I don't know how good the movie was. I didn't even see it, but I just feel like what it is that, and you know me in general. I hate social media. I can't stand it where I think that it gets like it gets a lot of people in trouble all of the time. It gets people in trouble all of the time on both sides of the coin. It gets people in trouble all of the time. So it's like I always was like with Schmodown. I would please stay off Twitter, please, because the thing is, what happens? It goes right past the person at first, and it goes to those in charge, and they're the ones that are, hey, what do we do? What do we do? And a lot of times you get that whole thing of like, oh, well, we're supposed to do this. Well, that's it. You're gone. And that happened a lot during that period of time. Right. It happened a lot. Right. So it could have been one of those things, maybe again, where it was like, hey, can we agree to put this on ice for a little bit, let it settle? You know what? Because there was she didn't have to come back in season 3. You just don't make a public, don't fire her.
Well, you're putting out a lot of arguments at once, so I want to take them one.
Sure.
So which one do you want to address? Like, which one do you want to talk?
That's up to you. Whatever I said that you disagree with the most.
We tackled the tremendous opportunities, and I think it's absolutely. She still can go to conventions. She's been going to conventions. No one stopped her going. She's signing cards, doing stuff all the time. So that hasn't. But she got lucky with this role. She really did. She wasn't like, wow, we got to see her entire role in Haywire was voiced over. Very strong rumors there was Laura San Giacomo, and it was because she can't act. You saw her in Fast and Furious. She's terrible in Fast and Furious. So her doing Street Kicker 7 or Ass Kicker 7, whatever, that's where she belongs, in that straight to DVD, Lionsgate kind of area. So, but Jon Favreau liked her for this role, wrote the role for her. She came in and she did a good job. Good to middling job in her role. They didn't give her too much to do because they know she's limited. They protected her, and so it's fair that she got she established herself well. That's fair. But the idea that she had all these opportunities we established, in my opinion,
but she got Fast and Furious. She had gotten Deadpool. She was getting roles.
No one was like, we gotta, she's amazing. It was really limited screen time. She was bad Fast and Furious. Ronda Rousey was better than her.
Let me tell you, first of all, I don't think she's a great actress. I don't.
No, she's not.
But she got opportunities, and look, the things that she did well in, I think, and I thought she got better
before Star Wars. What you meant?
100%, but I thought significantly though she was getting better, and I thought she was. I thought she was good in Mandalorian season 1 and 2. I really did. I thought she was better in season 2 than she was in 1, but I thought she was getting better. And I say this also too. I had the opportunity a couple of times to interact with her, and as a person overall, I'm not beliefs. As a person, I feel heart to heart, she's a really good person. Like I really do. I think I
think that's what's mind blowing, Kristian, is that she is. I followed her on social media for a very long time, and I had a crush on her since American Gladiators. Like I thought she was very attractive, and I was very happy. I loved Haywire. I've told everybody to see that movie because I enjoyed the film. And Soderbergh has a history of getting great performances from actresses that aren't necessarily that strong consistently. Julia Roberts, Jennifer.
Hey,
I know. But like, so this situation here, I thought he did a great job with her, right? And so it was all right, cool. But like, what is so mind blowing is when you look at her posts, and as I said, I follow her on social media. They became increasingly more. How can I say this? Just more seeking the division, seeking the battle, seeking the fight. More explosive, more vitriolic, more toxic. I mean, criticizing Republicans to what happened to Jewish people in the Holocaust, there's madness. That is, and whoever does that is madness, because no one is. Well, I mean, what we're seeing now is we're seeing people getting rounded up, and so and I know that's not the show for that. That is really unsettling and scary to see what's happening now. Now you can start maybe making those comparisons, but back then and the battles that were going on, it was a nonsense comparison, no matter who was making that comparison, right? And so, to me, I think Disney was within their rights to say, we don't want this person representing us. And I think if this was Scarlett Johansson, or if this was an actress they really had a massive belief in, they'd have figured something out. They tried. They get her to go to a LGBTQ listening session with 45 people and Kathleen Kennedy. She refused to do it. So Disney did their due diligence to try to bring her back into the fold and at least play nice with everybody and be done with it. But she didn't. And so in the end, they let her go. And this is just a settling lawsuit to get her out of the way. This is not Disney admitted no wrongdoing in the settlement.
Do you think that they're going to hire her back?
No. I
thought initially said yes.
I thought initially they would, but as I looked at the thing more and talked to some other people who are in the industry, it's very much like, hey, we're doing this. If they bring her back, it might be for a one-off in the whole, like everybody together in the Mandoverse movie. She might show up in a certain moment, but I don't think they're going to bring her back to put her in Rangers of the New Republic or a cartoon.
No, probably not.
Series.
Well, because I think that, I mean, it also depends on what Disney, if that's part of the lawsuit, that's part of the settlement is that they have to bring her back. I don't know. It didn't say as much, but
it didn't say. Right.
It didn't say. But if there's something there, because I know Favreau liked working with her a lot.
Yes, he has said that multiple times. She has said that he's reached out after she got help. Yeah.
So it's certainly possible. The question is, are they going to? Because there will be a thing if they hire her back. It's just gonna. It's going to be a thing. The question is like, well, yeah, we don't care. We want to have that thing. We want to put this behind us. We want to move forward, and we want to bring her back. It's possible because they never did anything with Cara Dune. They didn't say she died.
Yeah, right, exactly.
Do anything. So it's possible. But the other side, like I said, well, first of all, she doesn't need the money at all because her
family's
parents own like Caesars or something. They're like they're big into the casino. I've been saying this for 2 years. Yeah. But it wasn't about the money. It was about, I think, and again, that's why that particular part of the statement was so telling. Was that whether it's a lot of opportunities or not, the question what we both agree are after that whole thing, there were no opportunities. So right. So now with that statement, they're hoping in the same way that there's other people who have you look at like what Armie Hammer is trying to get his career started again, and there's other people who got hit and come. Look, Chris D'Elia right now is touring all over the place again too. He's back and so there's that bounce back thing. Right, Louis C.K. Another one. People are bouncing back from it. The other thing that I was going to say that I heard you say on the show that I don't agree with, and that is that you said that if Kamala Harris would have won, this wouldn't have happened.
Oh, 100%.
I disagree. The judges were already in place. It was the same. Like those judges and everybody. That system.
This was a settlement.
I'm just saying.
No verdict. This was a settlement between
the judges in general and the court system in general that's been put in place. Or the idea of what was going on in culture. I think I should say it was everybody that was in power already that are making those decisions legally. It wasn't. I don't think it's just because of if we make this decision. The White House is going to strike us down. I don't think that that's necessarily what this was.
What do you mean? The last 6 months they've been doing that.
I know, but for this, I haven't seen them be behind her. I saw Musk being behind her.
Musk was funding her. I think if Musk and Trump were still like, simpatico, because we know they've had the breakup over the last few months. I don't know how much of that is real or isn't real, but like, because when you talk about billionaires, really, you can't put normal expectations on them. The idea of this situation, if they just had bubbled up to the surface to the point where they felt like, and that they felt like, well, this is something that could be a new culture war. Let's bring her out, make her a hero, blah, blah, blah. Then Trump would have absolutely gotten involved because there's no topic too small, too petty, too whatever for him not to get involved if he sees the benefit for himself. So I think maybe there may be possible, Kristian, that he got like, how can I say this? That they may have gotten some information that when they settled that lawsuit with ABC with Stephanopoulos for $15 million, and remember, Disney owns ABC, so Disney's privy to all this. Legal might have gotten like, hey, by the way, are you guys going to solve this thing with Gina? I don't think you guys want to get sued again. We will pursue that if it doesn't come to a resolution that makes sense. And so I think that's absolutely what happened. Because there's no way this would have happened if Kamala Harris wins.
See, here's why. Another reason why I disagree is because
they would have fought this to the end.
They don't. That's why I disagree. They didn't have a strong enough case. They didn't have a strong enough case as to say like, well, because there's other people. They probably used a ton of different examples of other people who had political views and posted things and continued to post things out there and continue to say things. Like you look at but
they're a company that can decide who they want to represent them. And
yes,
but points of views they want to represent them. They have the free right in this country to say I don't want this person representing us.
Unless you feel
it's freaking, you know.
I know, but unless you feel that it's one of these things where like this is what I'm saying. Legally, it is a hard thing to beat someone saying they took me out of my place of work because they didn't agree with my political views.
That's an at-will state, isn't it? So they can decide to take her out for any reason they feel comfortable taking her out in.
Yeah, but then again, that's when you start. If you're a lawyer, you're like, well, that person here it's because of this side, because of the state of the country, and because of the back and forth and two Boston Red Sox versus Yankees where we are today.
Right.
That is it's an argument that is just harder to prove as far as or harder to say, hey, listen, well, we got rid of this person because she was doing this on the scene. She wasn't working. That was the thing. She was not on set when she did it.
Right.
That she was on the comfort of her own house tweeting or whatever it was. That's the problem. If it was that, now I think that you're right.
You're representing the brand, you know.
I know, but you're representing if you're representing the brand, like if you're tweeting on set.
Yeah, go ahead. Sorry.
No, finish.
I was like, you remember the R&B RB3 thing? I'm not going to bring it up to rehash, but like he was not at a Schmodown event when he tweeted what he tweeted, but yet it became
right
because he was connected for the quota.
But I have also been very vocal in this that was the Skybound thing where I wanted to.
The corporation was like, we don't want you.
I wanted to suspend him. I wanted to say, hey, take a break, and he would have been fine. And that was the case. It was like because 100%. At that time it was everybody going. I was like, whoa. Right. Take it easy. And because of that argument, he was at home. There's all this stuff going on. Right. It should have been a thing. The same way I think with her, give her a break, give him a break.
But they tried. She wouldn't listen. They asked her to stop 3 separate times, to stop tweeting the stuff, take a little bit of a break. Don't look to create the fights, the battles, but she wouldn't stop. And look, I'm not saying she, you know, and I can see some people be like, it's freedom of speech. Yes, not freedom of consequences. I
got another one for you.
Yeah. If someone's straight out, hell yeah, sleep with 12-year-olds. Like, you know, what are you gonna you're not gonna be like, you know what, don't fire me.
Sure. You know? Well, look what happened to James Gunn. Well, look what happened in those tweets. Those joking tweets, they got rid of him right away, but then they brought him back because anyway, so this is brought up to me.
Okay.
So what about this? Disney might not have wanted the case to go on further to avoid the discovery phase. Who knows what emails could have shown inside of that? Possible.
Emails of what though?
Maybe like, back and forth of whatever it might have. Maybe there was more inside of it.
That's more conspiracy theory stuff, and I don't truck in that stuff too much. Yeah. So I think Disney saw the lay of the land, saw that Paramount had to pay what $18 million to see to be able to get that merger to go through. It's not a coincidence. As soon as they paid, all of a sudden the merger went through within weeks. Yeah. You've seen the ABC as again $15 million. You see him holding all these colleges hostage for quote unquote progressive teachings, whatever. You see that this guy is essentially running the country like he's a mobster. And so if you're a company like Disney and you're getting hits from the right wing, the anti-woke people have
want this to be over with.
You want it to be over with and be done with. And it costs you nothing because I think from what they said, she only sued for like $75,000, which is she was getting paid $25 an episode. So it was a modest number. For her, it was more about I just want the pride of the victory.
And right? She wants an opportunity to try to work again. Now she can walk in and go, I settled with Disney. They essentially admitted they were in the wrong. Hire me.
No, they didn't. Again,
she could say that. I'm saying she could say that though.
No, she could, I guess.
She could say that.
Wrong, but she could.
All right. Anyway, what do you guys make of all this? Put your thoughts in there. Let us know. You think she's going to work for Disney again? We're going to see
conversation. I appreciate that.
Of course. But we'll see. We'll see what happens. We'll see where Gina Carano lands. Okay, John, I think I have some scoops.
Oh, bring it.
I don't know how much.
Let me say this real quick. Kristian, you rarely break stuff. So when you break stuff, I pay attention. I want to make it clear because the Sadie Sink thing you broke, some people were coming at you for that. And I'm like, he doesn't put himself out there unless he's really, really sure. So
I don't care.
I'm looking forward to this.
So I'll tell you, I've told this story of how the Sadie Sink thing came around a bunch of people that you and I both know, someone that we both know very well, and someone that if they said something, you go, oh, well, that's probably legit. Said, Sadie Sink came up and she goes, and the person goes, wasn't a she, that actually, whatever. Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. I actually said she, and I said, wait, doesn't matter.
Gender fluid.
Doesn't matter. So the person had said, oh yeah, she's in that the Spider-Man with Gwen Stacy. I went, wait, what?
Wow, just casual.
And I go, I thought it was Firestarter or whatever the hell it's called, and or Jean Grey,
Mayday Parker. Yeah,
and the person's like, nope. And I was like, okay. And so because that person said that, but anyway, that was that. And then the other thing that I said in January, which somebody else took credit for, I don't care. You know that Ewan McGregor coming back as Obi-Wan in Ahsoka. Now on wherever he was, some con that he was at, he had said something along the lines where they thought people that he confirmed it, but it was also maybe he was confirming that his wife was back.
Right.
We know she's back. That's silly. Of course she's back. She's Hera. Of course she's back. Am I not supposed to say that? Come on, man. He's in the show. That's that. But there's other stuff too, and we'll see if that stuff pans out. But the two things that I have right now, and this very well could have been reported. If it is, then it's not in this scoop.
Okay.
Dr. Doom.
Yes.
He's going to be wearing multiple masks, at least two of them. There's that the what's it? How do you pronounce it? Where he's from? Latveria, whatever.
Latveria, yeah,
The Latvian leader, which is essentially the chill Doom.
Yeah. And
then there's the supervillain, which is the classic kind of angry Doom.
Yeah.
Those are the two that are going to happen. And then the other thing is that Doom is actually from the Fantastic Four's universe. A lot of people were wondering if he was somewhere else. He's actually from the Fantastic Four's universe.
Yeah.
It's not like huge scoops, but just like little fun.
I like it. And look, it makes sense from obviously from what we saw in the movie, right, Kristian? Because we saw the Latveria placard there at essentially their version of United Nations, and no one was there.
Right.
And then we see Doom in the post-credit scene there talking to Franklin. And so we don't know that anyone can universe jump yet or dimension jump yet. And so it makes sense to be coming from the universe and be upset about it. So there's something. And remember, it's been 4 years since Galactus tried to take over, and how long has that ship been sitting out, the Galactus ship in space? Did Doom go up there? So there's questions all around. And with your first one, there's a lot of rumors, and I'm starting to kind of lean that way, that they're using a storyline from the comics where Doom can take over people's bodies, and that Tony Stark might not be necessarily the Doom that they're going forward with, that he's actually the Tony Stark, but he's taken over his body to use as a way of getting himself even more popular and even getting himself into situations. So we might see many masks beyond just the masks that you put on, but also the masks of the face. So I'm very interested to see whether they do that. So yeah.
All right. So what do you guys think about that? Dr. Doom, 2 masks, same universe. What say you? Put your thoughts in there. Let us know. John, huge news broke this morning.
What's up?
Huge news. Okay. This deal that the UFC did with Paramount. See this?
Dude,
this is massive. And it's so massive. And I'll tell you why. It's going to get a lot of people.
Yeah.
Paramount is great for Paramount Plus. And UFC is going to start to get new people on board with this sport again. Paramount is the new home of the UFC in the USA. They acquired the rights for $7.7 billion over 7 years. Starts in 2026. The best news for fans: the PPV model is dead. All of the events are part of the regular subscription, including. Great, thank you. It's gone now. UFC is going to Paramount and CBS 2026. Dana White confirmed the move in a post on Instagram, saying it puts UFC among the biggest sports in the world. He said the historic deal with Paramount and CBS is incredible for UFC fans and our athletes. For the first time ever, fans in the U.S. will have access to all of UFC content without a pay-per-view model, making it more affordable and accessible to view the greatest fights on a massive platform. This deal puts UFC among the biggest sports in the world. The exposure provided by Paramount and CBS networks under the new structure is a huge win for our athletes and anyone who watches and loves this sport. Paramount confirmed both the length and cost of the deal in the news released Monday. While the average annual cost of the deal is $1.1 billion, the payment structure is weighted, with Paramount paying less money early in the deal. The deal is only for UFC's U.S. rights. Paramount is interested in buying the international when they become available, it said in Monday's release. It's a bold new step for the UFC. Under the new deal, it's ditching the pay-per-view model. All UFC events, including 13 number shows and 30 fight nights, will be included as part of a normal subscription with Paramount Plus. Select number of events will be simulcast on CBS. Under UFC's previous rights deal, premium events could be viewed via pay-per-view. Fans looking to watch events under UFC's current rights deal need to own an ESPN Plus subscription and pay an additional $80 for premium UFC fights. That model will continue through 2025. So any fan who wants to watch 319 on Saturday will need to go through that process. Starting in 2026, all fans will need to watch UFC events in a subscription to Paramount Plus. So this is the surreal moment for me.
Okay.
I broke this news to former UFC welterweight champion Matt Serra this morning.
Oh, wow.
Very surreal moment for me where I told him a UFC thing, which he thought he was great too. I think he's going to talk about it on Unfiltered today when he does it with him and Norton. This is going to make me probably the UFC fan I used to be back in the day.
Okay.
Because one of the reasons I stopped watching is I was like, I can't get invested because I'm watching this and I'm not paying $80 every single time. I just can't do it. I'm not following the sport the same way that I used to, but I have Paramount Plus. I have it. It's like, okay. And in the same way that I'll probably become less of a WWE fan, I ain't paying another $29 a month for ESPN. It's the stupidest decision they ever made. They're doing the opposite. Oh, they had a great deal on Peacock. I loved it. That's essentially what they're doing. They have the Peacock deal now. That's what they're doing.
Absolutely. Yeah.
It's very smart. I think it's going to get a lot of people over. I agree that it's going to really turn the sport into something even more special than it is. And it is also going to make Paramount Plus a player in the game.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, this is what happens when you get huge influx of cash with a billionaire coming in to buy your network. You have the ability to make these big decisions and make these big deals. And there's no way they weren't negotiating all of this while they were waiting for the merger to finally be approved. Of course they were. Whatever you want to say about it, they did. Because you don't make this kind of deal overnight. There's a lot of particulars for this stuff.
Right.
I think this is very smart. I love that they said that the pay-per-view model is essentially dead. What are you going to watch, boxing or something like that? And which I think needs to end as well. Because that's the way you bring people into the tent. And there are other ways you can make money if you get a lot of people coming into the tent to see your product. And people nowadays are spending so much money and they're working multiple jobs. They want something that is friendly to them. So you say, I pay one fee for a month. I get all these movies plus UFC. That's great. And it's just, as you said with Peacock, I get all these TV series, these movies, and I get to see WWE stuff. That's awesome. ESPN is a little different. I think if you already have an app if you already have cable with ESPN or you have YouTube TV with ESPN, there's no extra charge. But if you don't have ESPN in any way, shape, or form,
I have it though, but I have it. I thought from what I was told, I have it through the bundle. And I heard that
you should be fine for the WWE. Yeah, the $30 is for people that don't have ESPN in any way, shape, or form. And they have to buy it separately as a $30 charge. And so that's the difference there. Because some people just want to buy specific channels. They don't want to buy a whole package. So ESPN, to make it a little bit friendly, is saying you have the package already.
But check this. So Haskell said ESPN bought the NFL Network, Red Zone. Also, the new deal with WWE's for their pay-per-views and other content. ESPN Plus is not part of the bundle, though.
Yeah,
ESPN Plus.
Part of the bundle. You're right, because I pay. Well, I guess I should say I pay separately for ESPN Plus, so I have.
Right. So I only have regular ESPN in the bundle,
but so ESPN Plus is only like $70 a year. It's not that much, I don't think.
Apparently, it's another $29.99 or something. Right. It's not going to be part of the bundle.
Right. But it doesn't start immediately. So you could still get it and then kind of be grandfathered in. I don't know. But either way, this is a smart move all around.
Very smart.
Yeah, because sports is it now.
Yeah, I started watching Unreal last night. Actually, it's really good. Do you like it?
Yes, but I'm 2 episodes in.
Yeah,
but I can also, dude, you've worked in it for a year. Yeah, so where they're kind of fudging stuff
and painting a picture. They're painting a picture. It's reality. Reality TV is not reality.
Yeah, I know. Right. Exactly.
What I thought was fascinating about it is that you get like you get the process, right? Because like
100%.
Because when I was working there, and it was funny is that Ed Koskey is highlighted a bunch of times in the beginning too. And Ed was there when I was there. He's been there a long time. And Ed was one of the guys. He was really nice to me. I remember Ed when Ed popped up there. I was like, oh, Ed's there. Ed was one of the people who it was very cliquey there.
Yeah,
very cliquey.
No,
I know. Ed was very welcoming. Ed was a very welcoming dude, and I'm glad that he's crushing. He's still there. And I didn't want to say this on air, but I guess I will anyway. Okay. Bruce Pritchard's a turd.
Yes, he is.
He's a turd.
Yeah.
He was a turd to me. He was a dick to me. And I don't know if I've ever said it before. He was a real dick to me. And he was a dick to that guy that was in the Unreal thing.
Yep.
Like when the guy was like, they're putting on a match. And he's like, tell him to go home. He's trying. And he's like, I don't know. I saw him. He did the same shit to me. Yeah. Like I remember, like he was a dick. He was a dick to me. And I was like a 23-year-old kid. He was a real dick, and he's a dick to everybody else. And I was like, I'm not going to say anything about it, whatever. I was like, no, you know what? I didn't like the way he treated that guy. I loved what Regal did and the way Regal did afterwards. But Bruce Pritchard's a dick.
He's always been a dick. It's pretty much, you've heard so many stories about him, and if you watch that Vince doc, he really comes off like a massive prick.
He is. He's a dick. I'm telling you, he was a major asshole to me when I was there, and he hasn't changed at all. He was just the same way when they showed that how he was to that guy, and he's like, I don't care, whatever. It was overbooked. It was overmatched. Like, no, asshole. That match was awesome. That match was not overbooked. That match played perfectly, but because you wanted to be a dickhead and show and emasculate him in front of everybody. It's the Vince way of things. He sucks.
Well, he's that little dog that dances around the big dog, and he's always been protected by the big dog, so he thinks he can act like the big dog. We've all met people like that. We've all known people like that. That's who Pritchard is, And
he was always, dude. I'm telling you, he was not like Paul Heyman was phenomenal to me. Yeah. Brian was phenomenal to me. They were all. He was like Michael P.S. Hayes was just he was the old kind of vet that didn't no kid who cares about it. He didn't really pay me any attention, but not a dick. Richard was a dick. Yeah. Anyway,
he's jealous of all the new people that come in because he sees them as threats. We've also worked with people like that. So
anyway, so the deal with UFC is a good deal. I think it makes sense. I think Paramount makes out the winners here. So
this is going to get me to watch more UFC because I have Paramount Plus, as you said at the beginning of this segment. Like, I can't wait to see more UFC now because I was not going to pay $70.
I can't pay that.
Fights I don't want to watch.
No. You know what? You know who else is going to be really happy that this is happening?
Who's that?
Vegas.
Oh yeah, and Vegas needs it. Jesus, if you see the numbers coming out of Vegas.
The apps and everything now, are the betting apps are going to lose their minds. This is probably a huge deal because the amount of people now, they're like, oh, okay. I'm sitting there. Oh, I got this in my subscription. Sure. I'll watch it. Sure. But anyway, what do you guys make of this deal? Put the comments in there. UFC, Paramount. Put your thoughts in there. Let us know. All right. Last story here that I want to get to.
Okay.
Because I feel like I got to get John's thoughts on this one. I know we can discuss it today and we'll get Jeff's take on it too. But Gunn, James Gunn, the Robin, he dismisses the Robin in the Batman Part 2 talk. Now, the other day, frequent film scooper Jeff Schneider claimed to have a hot tip about Matt Reeves and Matt Thomas' script for Batman Part 2, which was completed back in June. With production slated to begin the spring of next year, casting will soon begin, and Snyder indicated it was a dark script that takes a big swing and will also introduce a version of Robin. Today, James Gunn has decided to debunk the rumor on social media, writing on Threads, guys, please stop believing this nonsense. I think 6 of us have read the script. Nobody knows anything about the Batman 2. Within minutes, Snyder responded to that with his own post, saying that the wording of the statement is more of a dismissal than an outright denial. Sounds like another non-denial from Jimbo. Why not just say Robin isn't in the script? Seems simple, right? I know why he's not saying that. Despite the response, the general consensus seems to be that Gunn's right and there is no Robin in the script. Robert Pattinson, Jeffrey Wright, Andy Serkis, Colin Farrell, all expected back for the sequel. Batman Part 2 remains scheduled for release on my birthday, October 1st.
Nice.
2027. All right, John.
Yes.
Go for it.
Well, we're going to talk more about this tonight because we're going to be live at 5 p.m. PT tonight on my channel with the Hot Mic with Jeff. We're doing a special episode because of this. But here's my reaction to it. I think this is a fascinating situation. And clearly, James is aware of these things now, and he does feel the need to weigh in on them sometimes. And I know for a fact that Jeff, with this story, has been kind of, he's been holding on to this one. And now he revealed it because for him, he's doing what he's doing, which is to reveal the things that he knows from people that he vets and trusts. I do think it's a little funny that James said just a few days ago, only 4 people know my DC plans, and today it was 6, or whatever his response reason was 6. It's you and I both know, Kristian, it's absolute nonsense when these people say, oh, only 4 people have ever seen it. It's an utter lie because people talk all the time in that town. And people like, do you think David Zaslav's probably seen it? You think David Zaslav didn't mention it to somebody in passing at a Hollywood Hollywood party. You know where we hear a lot of the scoops? At Hollywood parties. You know why? Because people have loose lips. Executives talk, junior executives talk, assistants know how everything is running that damn town, and they're the ones setting up the meetings. They're the one listening in on the meetings, so they know what is being said and they've got friends they go out with that are around their age, and they know people and they talk. So this idea that only 6 people, only 4 people know this or that, I think is nonsense. I do think Jeff is playing a little bit of the semantics game when he says, well, he didn't outright deny it, but I do think James,
well, he called it nonsense.
He called it nonsense, right? And I think James Gunn saying things like, stop believing this stuff is ridiculous, because this has been going on since the 1920s, 1930s in Hollywood. There have been scoopers in Hollywood for every decade that Hollywood has been around. And more often than not, they're right. The big ones get big because they're more often than not, they're right. So, feel how you want to feel about it. But I still side with Jeff. I do think Robin is in the movie. And James Gunn might be playing semantics that he's not fully Robin, or he might not be 100% Robin just yet. I don't know how he's playing it. So, yeah, it's an interesting.
I just don't understand. It goes back to the conversation I had with Winston the other day. I've had with you many times. I just don't understand why Gunn would even bother to respond to it. If it's not real and if it's BS, then let it be BS. And don't address it. You guys stop believing this stuff, because so no one gets any of this stuff right. Nobody. Like I said, there were certain things that I heard through the grapevine. I didn't make it up. I heard this stuff, and some of it might have not panned out. Right. Some of it might have, and you just called it nuts. I'm not in my mind. I'm just saying in general, because I'm not a scooper. But that's what Jeff does. That's what other people do. And so it's like, why even address it? I don't get it.
And I think it comes from a lot of people, and this is probably going to fall on deaf ears for some people who are watching or listening, but Jeff does a lot of work to vet these sources. He has, and the thing, people think Jeff is sitting in his basement or in his apartment, like making this stuff out of thin air. And that's what you all do, not what Jeff, or some of you do, not Jeff. Jeff is a guy he has contacts all over that city. He wears pink Speedos. People make fun of him. The man is having dinner with Lucasfilm. The man is having dinner with agents, with actors, with managers. I've seen it happen personally when I was at Collider. He has these meetings all the time. He cultivates these relationships with people, and he's got a board.
He's got a board that he goes through. He goes through it. Who's he calling? Everything.
Exactly. And he picks people out at the beginning. That's the thing. Jeff establishes relationships when they're starting out. It's like junior executives or assistants. Like, he establishes relationships when he sees potential that this person can go far, so that when that person gets to that position, they have already established a relationship. He can call them up and vet these things. So he's not coming out of it. Is he always right? No. And sometimes things change, so it makes it look like he's wrong. But I do think it's fascinating when anybody comes for the professional credibility of Jeff, because especially when they have no effing clue how he does his job and they have no effing experience doing his job. I think it's a bit sanctimonious to sit there and judge what he's doing based on his actions sometimes.
Do you know how much money I would pay to watch an interview between Jeff Snyder and James Gunn?
Yes, 100%.
I'm telling you, like,
don't cut me out of this. I want the hot mic in on with James Gunn. James Gunn, if you're watching by any chance, come on the hot mic. Jeff will lead the interview, but like, you got to come on the hot mic.
Well, wait a minute. If you can get a hot mic, you better not let him lead the interview. I'll tell you that, because in the same way that I say about James, I think that sometimes Jeff should let this stuff speak for itself too, because Jeff, as we know, and I love Jeff, and I would tell Jeff if he was on the show with me.
Yes, 100%.
Jeff needs to put the thing down, the phone. He needs to in what, and I don't mean I'm not talking about posting your stories, right? And I got something coming in. Check this out. Let people say what they're going to say. Let people do what they're going to do.
Oh, you mean the battles?
I'm talking the battles that he's going to do. Like, what? There's no reason for it. It's like drop your scoop, talk about what you got coming in, and go. Let your scoops speak for themselves. You're going to get some right. You're going to get some wrong. Yeah. But let it speak. Going after people and going that back and forth like that battle. I mean, he's in a space right now where he's in business for himself, so he doesn't feel like he's got to worry about anything. But I just hate social media. I just hate it. I think it's the worst of us.
You have a real thing. Well, it also brings out the best of us. I think I wanted to push back on your rant the other day. I didn't push back in the moment, but like, there's a lot of positive things that have happened from social media as well. I know you like to bash it sometimes, and I think it's fair to.
I was going on that was politics. That wasn't social media. That was different. That was a different rant.
Well, oh yeah, fair point. Oh yeah, fair point. Well, anything with social media. I just think social media. I mean, a lot of things have happened. A lot of information has been doled out on social media that people didn't have before, especially with all the stuff that's going on now. Like, it's great to have resources you can go to that people put numbers and phone numbers rather and websites. So there's a lot, but yes, people do get into trouble on social media.
I never said that there wasn't some positive things that have come. I mean, look, if it wasn't for social media, you and I would have careers right now.
100%. And slow down all that stuff. Yeah, 100%.
Yeah. I just think that we're too reliant on it. I think that we're too like we're there's too much like the fact that people, dude, like this is something, you know, I wasn't going to bring this up, but like the fact that I don't, you know what? I'll just say this.
Go ahead.
I was on stage with Sam. We had a really good show, and I posted it. Some guy decides to write to me on there.
Uh-oh.
Did I bring my brother with me in his cremated?
Oh,
right. That's what that person wanted to say to me that day. I have been in a spot where, to me, people say things to me like that. You know, people have the right that they feel like they have the right to say those types of things. It bounces off of me now in search of, but you know what I thought about?
What
if my mom was checking my Twitter thing?
Oh yeah.
Stuff. What if my brother was looking at that thing? And what it was like, that is like, and you know, like, again, I don't really respond to people much anymore, but there was another guy posted something out about some clip that we had said about I was talking about box office. Right. And I was saying that people who don't want us to talk about box office, I said, stick it up your ass. And this guy took this out of context and said, oh, see, they always wanted Superman to be good. I'm like, what the fuck are you talking about? That's not what the clip was about. And I said, look, man, I get it. You don't like me, you don't need to like me. That's fine. I was like, but use context. And then I'm like thinking to myself, it's like one of these things is like, these are people that you don't see people as real people anymore because you're just tweeting people. You know what I mean? And like, that's the whole thing. It's like and a dumb comment like this is a dumb comment. Like, this is a stupid person. Can't take the heat. Don't put yourself out there. That's not the heat though. Like, when you're taking personal insults and going after like that type of thing, that's just being a human being. There's a difference of saying, hey, asshole, you this, you that, and you're going back and forth and you're arguing with someone, you're yelling at someone, or hey, I hate this guy. This guy sucks. I'm not a big fan of him. Okay, fine. That's whatever. That's part of it. You know, not everyone's going to like you. Totally. There's a difference between being, you know, like someone and being a not good person. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I mean, like, I hear what you're saying 100%, dude. And I echo everything you're saying. I've recently had 2 or 3 commenters say, like, can you try killing yourself again? And like, literally comments like that.
Right.
You know, oh my God. Like, but I'm trying to do this lately more and more. Go like, you have to find like pity for them. Like, God, I feel bad that your life is so bad that you feel a comment like this is okay to post. And that you have so much hatred that you would post something like that. It's not easy for me because I'm a fighter. I've been bullied my whole life.
You don't know what somebody's going through, but that's that's what I'm saying.
Right.
Is that they were
using it, but I'm trying to not
look. But you also don't. I've many times, and I've seen people go, you know what? I was in a bad mood. I shouldn't have done that. Right. That's what I'm talking about. That's why I think social media is the worst.
Oh, I see what you're saying. There's like that moment. It's like it gives you the opportunity to
because like I said, we were talking about this before with Gina Carano. I guarantee you, I will bet you $1,000 that if you sat down with Gina Carano for an hour at a lunch or a dinner, you'd come out going, she's a really good person. I guarantee you that you would. But
I agree. I agree. Which would make you even more insane about why would you? But I would
and then it goes to, again, social media, right? And posting because you feel like, well, this is where I can have my voice be heard. And sometimes that is good that you can have your voice be heard. Right. Other times, I think it is the worst thing that has happened to society. I really do. I think it has destroyed us as human beings, as far as how we go out, interact with people, do things, other things. The fact that most kids are just buried into their phones now, it's an absolute disaster. It's the worst invention like ever. It is. It really is. But anyway, old man yelling at clouds, guys. So what do you guys think about all this? Put your thoughts in there. let us know. All right, we're gonna get to your questions, John. You got 32 starting out the week. Not bad. Not bad at all. But before we even get to those questions, what's going on in the channel, man?
Yeah, hey, the Outlaw. It's the it's the John Rocha channel. Yeah, that's right. We're launching very soon.
Nice.
We're launching very soon. We will. I got put a little bit behind because of things that happened this weekend. We were launching next Monday for sure, and it will be the John Rocha channel. We're solidifying all the graphics. But hey, today live at 5 p.m. PT, the hot mic. Me and Jeff Snyder back, as I said. Talking about the James Gunn. We're also going to have a weapons spoiler review. So I'm finally going to watch it this afternoon. And Jeff and I are going to have some thoughts on it. Jeff read the script before he saw the movie. So it's going to be some nice insider baseball type talk as well. We got Geek Buddies, Spill the Tequila tomorrow night. Another episode of the Hot Mic. There was a new episode of the Jedi Way this past week. We might do another episode with Kevin Smets back with Jedi Way. And my own reactions and reviews of stuff. Are you seeing anything this week, Kristian? I think there's Nobody 2.
I was going to see it tonight, but I've been in the city like 4 days. I'm gonna spend some time with my family tonight. I'm probably gonna do the reaction with when it comes out. I got to spend some time with them.
Alien Earth is tomorrow night as well. So that's gonna be a lot of fun.
Does that come out tomorrow?
It's 2 episodes.
Okay, good. All right, well, good. So check out John's channel. John, there's 2 missing super chats that aren't on the thing, so we're gonna bring them up, and they're really nice ones. Shane Adams on both of those. Hey guys, personally, I feel we're in franchise fatigue more than a superhero fatigue. Ballerina and Cruise's Last Mission Impossible underperformed. Horror movies thrive while still bringing the same genre, give variety in the story. While I'm excited for the Punisher special, how cool would it have been as a feature-length film in theaters? Offer something different to the Marvel brand, a gritty action movie set within the MCU. Thank you to Shane for that one. As far as the argument can be made there that there's franchise fatigue, but it's again, I don't want to. I'm as sick of talking box office as everybody else is, or budgets rather. But that has a lot to do with it. Mission Impossible cost like $400 million or $350 million, whatever it was, and it's just like too much money for those movies. So that's why people weren't rushing out to see it. I don't think it's just franchise fatigue, though. I don't. I think it's a matter of people pick and choose, because I would make the argument Jurassic Park just made $800 million. Yeah. It's really not franchise fatigue. It's a matter of, what do you want to see and how much money you're going to spend, because the experience in the theater stinks with people on their phones, 30 minutes of ads and stuff beforehand. You have better surround sound at home. You have, or better, everything at home. You don't have to deal with people on their phones, and you can do one experience per month. I think that's what it is. What are you choosing to see per month? Yeah.
I mean, How to Train Your Dragon did well. Avatar Fire and Ash is going to do well. And we'll see how Tron Ares does. Final Destination Bloodlines reawoke the franchise. And so, and Jurassic World, as you mentioned. So, and Wicked for Good is probably going to be really good. And Minecraft is essentially launching a new franchise. So, you could argue that there is a little bit of franchise fatigue, but you got to be specific. I think it depends on the franchise, right? There seems to be some Marvel fatigue for sure, because I mean that Fantastic Four number is really scary, and so there might be franchise fatigue depending on the franchise. So there's more of a clarification on your point, I think.
Yeah. All right. Next one here. Prizzy says, saw Wild Hogs last night. Honestly, not that bad. I haven't seen that movie in forever.
Wild Hogs. Wow.
Okay. Tim Allen kept reminding me of Kristian. Love your work, John. Don't agree with all your takes, but your passion is commendable. Easily my favorite co-host. Soka 2 season 2, please be good. God, I hope that season. I'm worried because he wrote the whole thing again, but we'll see. We'll see.
It's very kind of you. Nobody beats Roxy, but I appreciate you saying that.
But I don't remember who's in it. Travolta, Tim Allen, who else?
Yeah, Martin Lawrence, right? And is it which is the one with Robin Williams? I forget the one with Robin Williams.
That's your thing, and that's not Wild Hogs. That's the one with Billy Crystal, right? The one you're thinking of?
Oh, is it?
I think so. I don't know. Robin Williams definitely not in Wild Hogs.
Yeah. Wild Hogs is Tim Allen, Martin Lawrence, John Travolta, and
who else? Who's the fourth?
William H. Macy.
My God, I would have never. I would have missed the 5-pointer. 100%. 100%.
Ray Liotta too. Nice.
Wow. Seriously, why do Wild Hogs make me teary-eyed? I don't even know if I've seen the whole movie, so I can't really tell you.
Because you're getting older, probably. Who's ever sent this in? When you get older, all of a sudden, these films about older dudes all of a sudden appeal to you. It's crazy.
Matt Boyle. Hey, Kristian, about a month ago, I asked a question about a Jaws prequel about Quint, and you had some info about it. Just wanted to see if you want to spill some info. I'm going to get in trouble for this, I'm sure. I was trying to say, I just know that there was somebody they were working on this. I know Downey was working on it. I don't know if Downey was going to be in it, but Downey was working on it about that story that Quint tells.
Oh yeah, but the
They were
Indianapolis, the USS Indianapolis.
They were working on that movie. That movie was like, and I think it was really close. Like when Downey was working on that movie. I don't know where it is now, but that's all the info. It was close. It was real close, but that they were going to do that. Okay. Let's say next one. But yeah, Matt, that's all I got on it. I mean, I'm telling you, when it was close, it was like real close. Nathan Drake, I think the box office discussion can be interesting, but Jeff did crack me up last week when he said it was such a boring topic and who cares? Love the hot mic. Yeah, I disagree with Jeff, but I think Jeff's also tired of talking about comic book movies being in that discussion.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's really what it was.
Yeah. I spoke to him on the phone like right afterwards when all that stuff, and we were laughing our asses off talking about it, but he's just like, I'm just tired of talking box office about these movies. I asked it for it didn't make, because he just doesn't care. He and has made it very clear he doesn't believe that has anything to do with us, why we care about budgets. And I think he's very wrong.
Yeah.
I think that the reason why we don't see movies in more movies than things that we like is because these people overspend, overuse, use things in the wrong way. And I think it hurts consumers. So I think he's wrong, but we don't see eye to eye on that one. Yeah. John Darius. Hey guys, how do studios determine if a show could continue given the era of streaming? Really excited for Alien Earth and hope it gets multiple seasons. TV might be best to tell more deeper stories. I don't know, honestly, the answer to that. I don't really, I would be lying if I told you I knew how streaming worked and how they looked at numbers and said, oh, we want another one. I would assume they compare it to cost, John, right? Like,
yeah. How much did it? Yeah, exactly. How much did you put into it, and how much what is the result of it, and how much do you control of it as well? Like, did you make it? Did you create it? That's also an element of it. But they also clearly must have numbers that tell them like the interest is so high and we should lock this down now, or they've seen the dailies and they're really, because we get what, like Star Trek Strange New Worlds is getting 5 seasons and they just barely did halfway through season 3. So it's incredible that they can think that far ahead, but it must be because they want to lock stuff down at a certain price and lock actors down at a certain price and commit them to the next 2 seasons. Because they can always say, well, we canceled the season. We're not going to do it because the second season came out and you guys clearly didn't want to watch it, and we're not going to do it. I mean, look at all the changes that are going on to Last of Us for season 3 with Druckmann leaving and focusing more on Caitlin Dever. So it's clear that they locked this stuff down, but they're not necessarily fully committing to it if they have to adjust. So it's smart business in that way.
Abnav Duda, who says to save ESPN DTC hassle, get a VPN to access Raw, SmackDown, NXT, PLEs live via Netflix Canada, UK. Maybe so. Also, DTC will launch with D Plus and Hulu bundle for $29.99 a month for years. Is that true? You're gonna get
Yeah.
Okay. I'll have to see. Because I watch it so casually now. Like I like watching WrestleMania with my little one. But yeah, it's like just I'm just feel like I'm going to be more of a UFC fan next year than I'm going to be a WWE. I think it was a bad move for them, that ESPN deal. It was really bad.
It's a lot. Yeah. NFL and WWE under ESPN. It's a lot, man.
It's a lot. John Darius, is comedy playing more of a role in a lot of horror films? I enjoy Weapons, but I feel some directors are pushing too much humor. Talk to Me 2022 is a solid example of not overdoing it. I didn't think Weapons had too much humor in it, though, at all. I don't really remember laughing like really once. Yeah, I'm not sure.
Talk to Me was scary as hell. So yeah, there's no comedy in that show, in that film. Yeah, it's
really creepy, right?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Scare the hell out of me.
Let's see. John Darius, Alien Earth has the potential to surpass even Romulus. The fact that they added in 5 new species, including xenomorphs, keeps it unique. What new ideas are you most excited to see in the new show? Honestly, I can't even give you an example of what I'm looking to see. I think Romulus was the whole reason that I'm actually even interested in this, because I think that it goes back to the point, John, of like, I always push back on people when they go, oh, that thing is dead. That's dead. They haven't made a good one in so long. I'm like, you get the right creators and the right person on board. Like we were just talking about Resident Evil, right? I think that anything can be saved if you have the right take to it. And I think that that's what Romulus did for me. I was like, oh, I'm interested in Alien again. And now because of it, now I want to see the show.
Right. Yeah. And I've seen the first episode, which my reaction is on the channel. And I like the path they're walking. It's not a great first episode, but it's a good first episode. It's a damn good first episode. And you get a taste of the other alien species that they might be profiling in the show. there's no spoiler because they did talk about that in the trailer. So it's going to be a fascinating thing how they play that out, because they're really laying the groundwork that they're going to explore a lot of things in this series. So I hope they nail it, because I really want to enjoy it. And the reviews overall have been
pretty good. I've seen so far.
Positive from the episodes that have been released to the
London Calling. Watching Robert Redford movies. Watched The Natural for the first time. Really, it's such a good one. After I listened to the double episode of Cinephiles, fantastic. Yeah, the Naturals I watched that not too long ago.
I think that might still be my favorite baseball movie, number one.
It's not my favorite. Major League's my favorite.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, Major League's my favorite. But then, Renee Reyes. Good morning, guys. Glad Gina won the lawsuit. Her firing was unjust and not right. I hope she comes back to Star Wars, but I understand if she doesn't.
She didn't win. She didn't win the lawsuit. It's a settlement. It's a settlement.
But wait a minute. I know that you could, and I know that you have said that if people are settling, it's usually because they know they're going to lose.
No.
No.
If I think it's case specific, right? In this situation, I think they just want to be done with it. So she didn't win. Like Disney admitting wrongdoing, that's winning, but Disney didn't. So that's not a win. It's not. It's a settlement. She gets her money. She gets whatever because they haven't released the financial terms. That probably is for both sides.
Would you say that she won the lawsuit if she appears in Star Wars?
No, not even then.
Really?
Because it's so specific, right? Why are you appearing in Star Wars? Oh, it's because Star Wars knows that they want to get the right wingers back watching their shit, because they're freaking out about how much their films are not doing well, and they think the anti-woke thing is a legitimately big deal why they're not doing well. So let's cater to those fans. It's not a coincidence. You watch it, you'll see the next few years, like there's not going to be a lot of people of color leading a lot of Marvel stuff, or women leading a lot of Marvel stuff after the next year or so. I think they're going to make some changes. And so that's going to be their way of trying to placate that base and bring them back into
I don't think any executives at Disney changed.
Yeah, no, but the mandates changed. The board changes. Things changed in what they do. So, yeah.
Sean McCabe, great memories made Saturday night. Much love. I got a chance to meet Sean and his lovely wife. And I'll tell you, I won't say what, because it's a personal thing, but Sean gave me a gift at the end of the show that was probably one of the best gifts anyone's ever given me at one of these things. And I'll tell you off air, because you'll appreciate it more than anybody.
How was his beard? Did you touch his beard?
I did. He was slick. He was in a suit. He looked good.
What? Look at him. Wow.
He looked good. He's a very good guy. I like Sean a lot.
Is Sean like the better looking Saul? I feel like
they could be a tag team. They could be a tag team for sure.
Mustache Mountain.
I don't think Saul's in New York anymore. Otherwise, I think he would have been there.
Oh, that's a shame.
Yeah, Scuba Steve. Hey guys, wish in this digital world that movies dropped at the same time. The Naked Gun doesn't open until the 21st in Australia, for F's sake. So frustrating. It is frustrating. I don't know why they still do that. Release it all at the same time.
It's all country specific, isn't it? Because Australia gets a lot of stuff. We don't see their series or shows or movies till 6 months later sometimes. So or a year. So it's all country specific.
I love that nobody addresses this towards me anymore, and rightfully so, even though I was sent it. Joyous Romer, hey Outlaw, have you read the new Bad Batch novel? May the Force be with you guys.
It's right here. I have not read it yet. I just got it the other day from Penguin Random House, but I will absolutely be reading it because I love the Bad Batch.
Have a blast. Nathan Drake, any hype for Nobody 2? Any screenings? So again, I really want to see the movie. Like I really want to, but I'm opting to make sure I spend time with family. Yeah. Yep.
I'm supposed to see it tomorrow night, but I kind of want to see the Alien Earth episode. So we'll see.
Yeah, I want to see it. I like the first one a lot. I just again going out to. I want to break. Bajaro 3, because the Oscar movie is going to start coming in pretty fast and furious pretty soon. Bajaro 3, Weapons was good, but a bit hollow. What? I don't agree. Unlike Sinners and 28 Years, curious about rewatchability. I think it's the most rewatchable out of the three of them, to be honest. Resident Evil should work because it can be just as silly as he wants. Oh man, I don't agree with that. I don't think it was hollow. Because I'm not usually an advocate for the horror, thriller, psychological things. That's usually, Tim, what up, Tim? Hey, y'all. We're just wondering how you compare and contrast Weapons success to Sinner's success, and both use the element of horror and not that pathetic throw by Cody Bellinger. Kidding. Oh my goodness. Anyway, let's go to the question about Weapons success to Sinner's success. I think Sinner, Ryan Coogler is another one. He's already one of the established star directors right now, right?
Yeah, currently, yes.
Yeah, and then I think as where you get Kreger, who is now becoming a star.
Yes.
But I think that there's Michael B. Jordan, I think, is bigger movie star than it has more star power, even more so than Josh Brolin. I think more star power. But yeah, I think that I don't know that's because as far as genre goes,
they're
in the same genre. They really are, because Barbarian is way more creepier and more of a horror movie than Weapons is.
Okay.
Weapons is more, again, like I said, it's more like a psychological thriller. I've been calling him more of like the R-rated Shyamalan. And you'll see what I mean when you see the movie.
Yeah, I'd say it's a little too early to compare Weapons' success to Sinner's success, because we got to see how Weapons does over the next few weeks. Remember, Sinner's built from a ground base of support, and people from word of mouth kept bringing more and more people in. So yes, good opening weekend, but I would hesitate to call it a full success or compare it to Sinner's success until a few weeks from now, and then we can have a more discussion.
Going back into the comment section during the time we were talking about Sinners, but Weapons, and they said that not only was Pedro in the movie, but he had to like recast the whole cast.
Yeah, I guess everything hinged on Pedro being the lead, and so they kind of had to move around. Yeah,
interesting. Tim Sim, also thoughts on ESPN having WWE PLEs instead of the hope of having all WWE content on Netflix like everyone else around the world. This is peak greed, if you ask me. Stay safe and have a great week. I couldn't agree with you more, Tim. I think it's absolutely stupid that they don't have the PLEs on Netflix. And if I was Netflix, I'd be like, why don't you just give it to us? Like everything, Netflix should be their home.
Yeah, I mean, is Raw paying them out as much as they should? Maybe Netflix didn't want to pay. Maybe WWE had a certain number, and Netflix was like, "Nah, we ain't paying that much. We're not paying that much for that." Like maybe they see the numbers from Raw, and they're like, maybe.
I think the ESPN. How long is that stupid deal?
The ESPN deal? I think it's. I'm not sure how long it is. I was going to say 10 years, but I doubt it's that. But yeah,
I'm telling you that if I have to pay extra, you can tell me what happened. We'll do recaps on this show. I will never watch another PLE for WWE ever.
Okay, it's a 5-year deal starting next year.
Yeah, I'm telling you, if I have to pay more than $5 extra, then I will never be watching a PLE from that company ever again. Darren Wright, what's the best random streaming B movie you can remember? Mine is Dark Encounter on Amazon. A great different take on the UFO genre. I can't. Great random streaming B movie. I don't even know if I could think of one.
Yeah,
I don't know. A great streaming B movie. I mean, I don't know if it's not a B movie, but like it's probably not even the same question you're asking, Darren. I just remember being like a surprised low budget movie was like The Raid. I remember seeing The Raid in The Raid Part 2. Like I remember going in the theater going like just how epic that was when that came in. I wasn't expecting, but again, it's not a streaming movie. I saw it in the theater, so I don't really know. I don't really have an answer to that, unfortunately.
Yeah, I don't have anything that leaps to mind. Let me think about it because I can look through things.
Yeah, please. 43 right now, as we're a half an hour away. So 43. Can we get to 100 again for John to win the week? Last week, Roxy used the live drama to propel you guys over you. But then you know what happened? As Mike and Roxy were so excited that they beat you that they thought they had it for the whole week. And so do you know what happened on Friday?
No, I don't. Yeah, no.
So Friday we're in the middle of having it looked like Capes were like they were out of it. It looked like they were out of it, and looked like Roxy and Mike were going to win. They were like 15 out from winning with like 2 minutes left to go in the show. And Sam came in to watch Lord of the Rings, and she was here early, so she hopped on the show, and then they won by like 20.
Wow.
Yeah. Wow. Yeah. So Sam, anytime Sam comes in, gotta get Sam. Like for you, Latino Heat, we'll call it.
Come on.
Yeah.
Vamos.
El Baba Yaga. I'm mixed on the Zach movie. I really like his style, but the idea of using his own characters worry me. saying Leon's story has been told in the game, so not in his world. Saying Joel's story was seen in game. I'm assuming for Resident Evil. I don't know enough about it, but I'm excited to see what he's going to do.
Yeah, ditto.
Yeah, and then Johnny Patrizia says, isn't Krager's approach to Resident Evil just like 2002? Make a good movie about the actual characters, not another Alice. I don't care about Alice. Yeah, I mean, that's what it is. Focus on the characters. Make me care about the characters, and then I'll care about the world around it. That's what they did in Last of Us.
Yeah, true. Very true.
When does that movie even start shooting? Do we know?
The Resident Evil one? I think it's going to be a bit. Because, I mean, he's still got to do this press and all this kind of stuff. Yeah. Late night alum. Does this mean Rangers of the New Republic is back? Probably not. No. And that has nothing to do with her or not. I think that because of the new, they're going to do as little TV as possible now. Yeah. Because TV didn't do it right. It's not going to work for them. And I still don't understand why they don't do what Netflix does and make original movies. Make one, instead of spending $230 million on The Acolyte, spend $140 million on a direct-to-streaming Star Wars movie. Well, I've heard that they're, it's still something they're working on.
The Rangers of the New Republic is?
Yeah. I've heard that they're still kind of working and adjusting it and rejiggering it and stuff. So I wouldn't be surprised if they start to get like good returns at the box office and good response that they put this in motion. And who knows, by that time, things might have calmed down and they'd be like, okay, Kara can come in as like a recurring guest star, like she is in Mandalorian. Because I always think less is more with Gina. And so that could be the way they could bring her. So she wouldn't come back to lead it, as was, I think, originally the plan.
Okay.
But she would come back to maybe be a guest star.
Yeah. Alan Smithy, I'm sure Carla Gugino is thrilled that Gina Carano's name has been clear. Was she getting crap for?
I don't know. Was she? Are people that dumb? Jesus.
Come on.
Wait, I shouldn't say that. I'm not supposed to insult the intelligence of moviegoers. Yes. Anyway, go ahead. Yes.
Geek Lodestars, what's your guys' opinion on the Carrion and Scarlet asking for bookings? People saying it's a work, but I don't see it. Where do you think they possibly land? I could see him going to New Japan. Look at this. Look at this.
Yeah, look at that shirt. Are you in on the work? Are you in on the work? Tell the truth.
I really don't. I reached out to him. I told him, I said, look, man, I said they don't get it. They don't get it. I haven't gotten a response yet. And he responded to me last week. So I don't know. Who knows? I don't know what it is. But I think the guy is tremendously talented. I think he's I'm trying to have him come in. We both agreed that when he comes in and do the show, we want to do it in person. So I don't want to do it virtual. Yeah. I think it's real.
Yeah.
I think it's real.
You think they got let go?
Yeah.
Okay.
You think it's another they just did this with our truth though. You think they're gonna do it again?
And they pissed that away. And they did it with Seth, right? The injury and all of that. True. So it could be. With our truth, I think it was absolutely they got pressure on signing him back. No, I think they really did let him go, and then they got pressures on it.
So you think this is a work?
I think this is a work. Yes. The fact that they're not responding to anybody, I think it's a work.
Yeah, I mean,
no wrestler goes out there and goes like, "Book me, please." Nobody does that.
Is that what he said? Did he say?
They posted. He posted from his personal account.
I haven't heard. I'm being completely honest with you. I haven't spoken to him about it, so I don't know.
He changed it to his real name and said, "To respond to me for bookings, go to this email." I'm like, wrestlers don't.
His wife did the same thing. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
PT German. Weapons had great marketing. True. And a need to see a mystery movie opening weekend to avoid spoilers. Also true. Film has really stuck with me in a good way. Also true. I agree with all three of those things. Absolutely. Yep.
Can't wait to see it.
Yeah, I can't wait to see it. Yep. All right. Next one after that. Again, 52 currently. 52. Hey. Good job here by Rocha starting off the week, as he always does strong. Sean McCabe, the Marvel Studios theme song shall hereby known as the Cheetle chant. Yeah, I gotta see if I can play. I'll see if I can play it for the audience because it's really stupid. Yeah, I've got it. Hold on.
Okay.
I have it here. I'll share it with you guys. This was from the live show that we did. It was a lot of fun. And here it is. Let's get rid of this.
You want to take down Sean? There you go.
Cheeto, where are you?
That was it. It was fun. It was a good time. Yeah, and props to Sam's kids who took that video.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, so the Marvel theme song will be the Cheeto chant. Okay, let's see again. So that's 53 now.
All right.
And coming in next is Mr. or Mrs. Stalling for time. I'm waiting. I'm looking. The next one, big gap here, John. So I think it's probably at 53 right now.
Oh, wow.
That's a big one. Hold on a second. Like, that's what she said. Okay, Steven, there is no way I'm paying $30 to watch PLEs. I'm telling you, I don't think that I'm the only person. Clearly, Steven feels the same way. Yeah. Are you going to do it? You already have it. So
I already have it. So as long as that stays true, then I'm keeping it.
Would you, if you didn't have it, would you pay it?
No. Hell no. Hell no. Yeah.
It's too much. Michael McKenzie, hey, I just finished the new King of the Hill. I really liked it. I'll tell you what. Did you guys like it, or do you want Judge on different projects? I didn't even know there was a new King of the Hill, to be honest with you. It was never really my thing. It was never really my thing. But that's not saying anything against it. I just never watched it.
Yeah, no, I never watched King of the Hill. Lady Outlaw. I grew up with King of the Hill in Virginia, so I don't need to watch an animated format. But Lady Outlaw is a big fan of King of the Hill, so she was excited it's back. Well, she hasn't watched it yet, but I'll let you know.
The WWE, though, I was looking at some of these comments here, by the way. WWE really is trying to do everything they can, they're make money. They're taking it out of. They're supposed to be in New Orleans for WrestleMania, and now they're going back to Vegas to make money there. It's like
they're talking about 2 WrestleManias now a year. They're talking about one in Saudi Arabia.
What?
Yeah, one in Saudi Arabia and one here in the States.
That's like you're doing the Marvel thing. You're too much.
Exactly.
Too much. Missing score 44. Do you think WWE is playing around too much with story and reality? The Seth injury angle is cool, but they can't do it again, in my opinion. I mean, they could do it again. I know, and I don't. I really wish that they would go back to more reality in the story stuff. I loved how they did that. I thought it was great. I don't pay much attention to it as John does. So I bought when I saw Seth on Rich Eisen, I bought that he was really injured. So when that happened, that worked for me.
Yeah, they all said he was limping backstage the whole time the last few weeks. So yeah.
So do you what do you think? Do you have any? Do you think they're playing around with too much?
I tell you this, I don't put anything past the WWE, and I don't put anything past the fans like just swallowing it hook, line, and sinker. Like, come on, the Lesnar thing, which we haven't even talked about. I think it's abhorrent what they're doing with that, and so. But they clearly think they can do whatever they want to do, and the fans are going to do it. Fans are going to be behind it.
Has he been back since the SummerSlam?
What?
Has he been back since SummerSlam?
No, but they're lining that up with him and Cena.
Okay. So. I haven't watched since SummerSlam, so I don't really know what's going on. Matt Bull, what's up, James? Is carrying cross issue a work? It feels so lame after the unnecessary Seth Rollins work. If it is, I mean, I don't. If it is a work, I really don't understand why they would do it unless there's a payoff. I mean, it could feel lame and unnecessary if there's no payoff. If he just shows up again out of nowhere and they kind of botch it, like John just said, with like the way they did with R-Truth, then what are you doing that for? Just give the guy his push that he deserves.
That's the problem. I think WWE is damn good at capturing the moments. The problem is their follow-through has been pretty bad the last few years. And so someone was telling me that the other day, like they were telling me like the WWE now just wants moments. They don't want storylines. And the days of the Bloodline storyline are probably over. They want viral moments. And that's what they go for. Cena's heel turn, R-Truth coming back. Right. But then the way they like Cena heel turn was terrible. R-Truth coming back storyline terrible. So
yeah, it is true. It's a good point. Like they execute. It's like they're like JJ Abrams. Like they set up real well, but they're not delivering.
Yeah, exactly.
Gopal, Robin is off the record on the QT and very hush hush. Oh, I see what you did there.
Nice.
Apparently there's a Rambo scoop out there.
Yeah, Noah Centineo. That's what they're talking.
I don't know enough about that kid. He's gonna play Rambo?
A young Rambo, yeah, John Rambo. Young John Rambo.
I don't know enough about that kid. I can't really say, man. I could change my mind and say, well, he was great, but I mean, my first glance, I don't see him.
He was in what was he just in? He was
originally cast as He-Man, but then he was gone after that. But I don't know.
Black Adam. Oh, he's going to be in Street Fighter. That's right.
Oh, he was in Black Adam, right? Yeah, and he was kind of goofy in that. I don't know. I don't know if I love that casting. Mark Long, Weapons was awesome. Sure was. Really, I was so excited to see what you think, John.
Yeah, we can't wait.
Mad Sinister McCall, Best Snyder, Weapons sponsored by Campbell's Soup. I see what you're doing. I see what you did there. I see what you did. Nathan Drake, was Julia Roberts good in Ocean's Film or just okay? She was really. Stop it. In the second one, everybody was crapping that one. Everybody was. You're playing themselves and everything too. It was silly, but she's one of the best. Yep, one of the best.
When Damon says, "This is the best part of my day," watching her walk down the stairs, I was like, "Oh my god." Anyway,
what did she do? And he's right. All right. CJ had a good time streaming the live show on Saturday with Sam. That's right. I think it's still available, by the way. Her calling you her best friend was hella wholesome. Can't wait for her Lord of the Rings reaction. Yeah, she was a sweetheart. She was so nervous, and I said, "You're gonna be great. You're gonna crash." She's just natural timing.
She called you her best friend. How long have you known her? Since
first grade.
Wow, that's amazing.
Yeah. So we had some serious laughs. It was really good. We were cracking up. We told some stories and other things too, and it was great. It was a good time. So yeah, I'm pretty sure you can still see that stream. It should be available in the link. Missing score 44. I think we have plot fatigue with Marvel. Too many jokes or deads and post-credit scenes don't boost the overall story. I think that's also potentially true. I think it adds into the soup.
Yeah, I think you can make a case that's an element of it for sure.
Yeah. Corn Emperor, love this community. One of the two I love. Thanks, Corn Emperor. Appreciate it. Perfect. Shane Adams, you guys bring good points. The movie theater experience, it's just not the same. I used to go every weekend with my dad, but sometimes we'd rather wait for streaming for most things, and plus annoying teenagers taking selfies. Yeah, all that stuff. Yeah.
That's why I've been delaying seeing Weapons, because the theaters were so full. The screening I'm going to today, there's only one person in there.
Oh, good. Morning. Go morning or afternoon. That's the way to go. Yeah. The Real Red 5 just tuned in to see him like Lord of the Rings. You got to watch on Friday. Right. So the people who watch live, they know the answer to that because we talked about it a little bit. But Friday is when it comes out. Tomorrow is Thunderbolts, and Friday we start Lord of the Rings.
Yeah.
So I hope everybody checks that out. That's going to be there's so much shit she hasn't seen. She hasn't seen most of the Nolan movies too. Sherlock 277. You hear that Warner Brothers stops production on Tom Cruise's movie Deeper because Cruise wanted $275 million for it. Why does he keep making budgets so big? Will he want this kind of budget for Top Gun 3? Well, he's definitely going to want the budget for Top Gun 3 because he's got the receipts to try to prove that that they can make it back. I don't know why an old school guy like Tom Cruise is making movies for so much.
Yeah, it's weird. And well, clearly he has what do you call it? He has a number that he thinks will make the film as excellent as it can be. But clearly, over these last two Mission Impossible movies, that number has not done well for him. So you have to kind of take your lumps, pull back a little bit, and trust that the filmmakers and the studio could come together on a number that makes sense for them. And if you're losing projects because you want too much money, and look, Tom is fine. He doesn't need another cent the rest of his life.
Right.
But, it can start to look bad if projects are being canceled because you're demanding these insane budgets at a time when these insane budgets not leading to massive returns consistently.
Jonathan Rodriguez. I think Gina did win the lawsuit because I've never heard anyone else win a lawsuit against Disney, but hey, maybe I'm wrong.
Because she didn't win.
Settled. I think he means settled.
Settled.
I never heard anyone settled. When was the last time I heard that Disney settled with somebody?
I don't know, but I'll have to do research. I'm sure there's a lot
research
with Disney.
Add Sinister McCall. Worst public meltdown you've seen in public. I saw some guy screaming about it, not getting invited to a theme park or something.
I don't want to say who it was.
Okay.
There's two people we know.
Okay. Evil John Madden. Cynthia Erivo is playing Jesus Christ and Jesus Christ Superstar. Awful. She looks like Nosferatu. Don't be mean. Scary. And I'm an atheist, so it isn't a religious thing. It just makes no sense. I could have, but that's the whole point. I can't take you serious because the same way we were talking about before. You threw the insult in there. You could have started without throwing the insult in there, and then I can take the thing seriously. But come on, don't go after somebody's appearance and everything too. You don't think she's right for the role. You're allowed to say that, and I don't think anybody's allowed to challenge you to say that. But that you can't do that. You can't insult somebody's like that. So you can't.
Also, I think the irony of you tweeting "shock for shock's sake" when your post is actually "shock for shock's sake" is hilarious. But yeah, listen, we're all God's creatures, and we can all play Jesus Christ, no matter what gender you are, no matter what you look like, because we're all made in His image. We're created from Him, in my belief. And so, you judging another God's creatures for playing Him, you're actually on the wrong one. So,
Julius White, did Sam like Lord of the Rings? You got to watch on Friday.
Why do people want you to tell them? That's crazy.
No, you got to watch on Friday. I can just tell you, she didn't want to watch it. Edward Collins II. Noah Centineo has been cast as young John Rambo. I'll wait to see what we get. Maybe Stallone thinks he was right for the role. I know Stallone's producing it, but we'll see.
He's attached to star. So
okay, we'll see.
Officially said he's cast. So.
It's a big dude too. He's way bigger than Stallone. Rago saw Weapons, great movie, but wish this trailer showed less. Trailer showed too much. I couldn't agree. I didn't watch one trailer. Didn't watch one. So I won't do it. Evil John Madden. I love the John Legend version of JC Superstar. I didn't know if there
song. Oh, his version. Right.
I didn't know there was one. Lord Monk. Ever see 61 Yankees? Like, yeah, I did. Would watch your. I did. I've seen it. Yeah. Old school. Was that was an ESPN movie, wasn't it?
No, it was an HBO movie directed
by HBO.
Billy Crystal.
Barry Pepper, right?
Barry Pepper and Punisher, Thomas Jane.
Barry Pepper. Wow. Yeah. So he was Mantle.
Yes.
Yeah, I remember. Haskell, 420. Stop, guys. Here's $5 for my weapons. Fantastic for those 10. Oh, here's the $5 for my weapons. Fair enough. Thanks again for Saturday. Deadline. Millennium looks to have its man Noah Centineo starred Giant Rainbow. Prequel by Sisu director Jamari Halande.
I like that idea.
I'm surprised that Stallone's not directing it. Rago, I saw F1 on screen format and Screen X format where screens are on the side. It's also a great experience. Have you seen any movies this way? Do you think it would draw more to theaters? I don't know, Johnny. What do you think?
Yeah, I saw Dune this way. Dune 2 this way. It was amazing. And Avatar, I saw it like that as well when they reissued when they had the second one out. And so, to me, yeah, those are fun. But I think you should always see it the regular way, like either IMAX or a regular theater first, and then go to the Screen X, because then you can really appreciate the breadth of what they're trying to show you on the biggest screen available. Like, that's why I want to go to the Sphere in Vegas to see a movie there as well.
Jeff Howerton, we're telling you, 59 right now. 59. Yeah. Can they pull you forward? We'll see. Jeff Howerton. Hey, John, if you don't like how Gunn steps out in front of his projects, you must despise how White does it.
I do.
I quit the UFC cold because of how Dana White tries to make himself as important as the fighters.
Yeah. Standard stuff, though. That's always when it comes to promotion. Like, look, Don King. Yeah, exactly. Kristian Harloff in his boxing promotion.
Hey.
It was Kristian Harloff. You knew it wasn't the boxers. So, it's just that kind of how it goes. Because the promoter does a majority of the work. Right. To put everything together. So the promoter wants to be front and center, and people get to know the fights and the people through the promoter. So yeah, I didn't like it, but that's the way it is.
I like the way Dana does things, to be honest. I do. I think that he is as much to credit the success
100%.
And there's a reason why what he did, the way that the way that he did it. I don't know. I'm okay with it. Anyway, Johnny Patrizia. One Piece season 2 trailer looks fantastic. I missed it during the weekend, so I'm thinking I'm going to skip it because I'm going to do a reaction to the whole series once it comes out. You didn't watch that yet, have you, John? The show. Okay, got it. Josh Vaskovich, do you sense a surge of original movies being successful? I mean, that was the question earlier, and I'm hoping, but the question is that because the but the main question that I had and would have if somebody was asking me that, horror usually always does pretty good in the original takes because of the budget and everything else too. So, okay, we had another big horror thriller that did well. It seems par for the course. And then, well, what about Freakier Friday? Classic nostalgic IP. So I got to see somebody else do that not in that genre. And something completely. Let me see. Like if Naked Gun's an IP, but like if you put like a new comedy out there. And that crushes, then I say maybe, because that's nobody's taking that risk. Matt Krugman, sold on those live shows. If you do another one, I'm 100% flying out to New York. I still never been. Perfect excuse to finally go. That and trying crispy pizza. And the crispy pizza now with Cody Rhodes promoting that. You see that?
Yeah.
He was like serving people pizza and stuff. Yeah, I don't know if we're gonna do another one. I'm not sure. We gotta see.
We should do one with Merle.
Yeah, no, that'd be fun. We should do one.
Come on. Let's do a Kickstarter. They can pay for all our flights, all our hotels.
I know. Yeah, dude, I'm running this Kickstarter for the pilot. I got to do that.
Okay.
Yeah. Tim, you and Sam should react to the Hunger Games saga. I don't know if she's seen them. She might not have actually. Josh Vashkovitz, also huge WWE fan. Hard to be apologist for them. Seems like it.
Yep.
Yeah. This hilarious question. Jeff Sagnini. Hey, bud, are we getting a part 2 of Tom Dagnino 101? If I can find him on the golf course. Kingsport, Cal. Rocha, have you seen 40 Acres? Everybody keeps asking this 40 Acres question.
No, what is 40 Acres?
Everybody keeps asking about this 40 Acres movie. I don't know what it is.
Oh, I haven't even heard about it. If it ain't Spike, I don't know 40 Acres.
I don't know what it is. Matt Krugman. Rocha, I know you're a Transformers guy. Have you checked the series at Image they're doing now? Darkest, deepest Transformers content I've come across. Have you seen it?
Oh, you mean the comic book? Yes, I keep having this recommended to me. Okay. So I may be making it. There's a comic book store like literally 10 minutes away from me. So I may be picking some of that stuff up. And I'm not surprised. Image has always been great. I remember buying the first Image titles when they first came out. So I'm looking forward to it.
Sean McCabe. Spider-Man Web Swing should have been saved for DVD features. You mean you're saying, showing
the videos?
Maybe.
I don't know, man. I think Marvel is so freaking out about everything that they're like, whatever we got to show you to get you back in the theater.
Sony, this is Sony. Sony's doing this.
Well, Sony and Marvel.
Hey, Rago, why does Heat 2 have a big budget? Can't imagine big CGI shots for a street level movie. It's most money is going to pay actors. No, it's locations.
Yeah,
a lot of locations.
If you're doing LA, it's a lot of money to locations.
And from what someone told me, because I had to ask that similar question, and then someone's like told me based off the book, there's like a ton of locations. Yeah. Oh, all right. Now sometimes you got to single out when you get like really great questions, and if somebody puts you in a place.
Okay.
Fart. Thank you. Simple. Busy B, who says catching the show late, but hope Rocha enjoys Weapons. I loved it. It's gonna be my favorite. It might be my favorite movie so far.
Ooh.
Finally excited for a Resident Evil movie. Yeah, Busy Bee had told us that she was on her way to see it, but I'm glad she liked it. All right, here's the last one for now.
Okay.
For now.
All right.
Possibility that they can get you to that 100, but we don't know. Paul Hitchcock. People focus too much on Carano's social media posts and not enough about her shit acting. Her range is more limited than my T-Mobile coverage, but it's also different, but it's a different conversation. It's a different conversation about, like she wasn't fired because people don't think she was a good actress because she had already done 2 seasons. So what?
I think it helped.
I mean, you make a point though. You make a point that if it was Meryl Streep that did that,
please.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
You make a point that if it was Meryl Streep that did that, they ain't firing her.
Well, also, like people have said, and listen, there might be legitimate. I don't know that I fully see it, but I can see the point. Yeah, Pedro. People can have to Pedro and his comment about, and they were putting children in cages. It wasn't lying. So the comment about that, people are like, well, look, how come he can say that as a counter, and they don't fire him? It's because Pedro was the lead of the show. You're not going to fire Pedro.
Okay, wait. Yes, and as far as business goes, you just proved why she won her lawsuit.
Didn't win.
Her proved why she settled. Why she settled.
Go ahead.
Because of what you just said. Because they weren't going to be able to prove it. Because if they said, well, here's the tweets from Pedro Pascal, who leans left, who said this. What is the difference from what our client said? How do you defend that?
Well, I think you can defend it because of the content of the tweets, right? He was actually pointing out something that was legitimately happening to people of his actual ethnic heritage.
A good enough lawyer, but a good enough lawyer is going to say, well, wait a minute. You can't.
Maybe.
Julius Wyatt. College football in 12 days. Let's go.
Let's go. NFL. It's 4 weeks away, man. Let's go.
And then Arago says, are you excited for Alien Earth? I'm curious about it. I think John's already seen part 1. So
yeah. First episode. Yeah. I'm still looking forward to it. And I like the main actress is damn good.
Really good.
And Oliphant as well. Yeah.
All right. That's it for now.
Okay.
So 69. Look at that. 69. Hey. So John, as we see if anybody else wants to keep you on the air, let's get to the plug for your channel.
Don't mess with my self-esteem like that. Thank you guys so much for hanging out with us today. If you want to come hang out with the stuff I do on the John Rocha channel, please head over there now. YouTube.com/John Rocha Says. We got the hot mic going on live tonight at 5. Spill the Tequila tomorrow night. Reviews, reactions, all kinds of stuff. Geek Buddies, all of that happening here on the channel. Head on over there. 2 more. Okay, here we go.
Jet Stagnini, do a shit rat face when Rocha has outrageous takes. No. That's what I tell people. This is my favorite thing too. My favorite is when I see comments that says "Get rid of John Rocha." Right? It's my favorite. I'm gonna get rid of John. I'm gonna get rid of John Rocha. I've known for 20, 23, 24 years. This is what I try to tell people every single time. The conversations that he and I have, and he even said at the end, right? We still don't really see eye to eye on that whole thing with Carano and everything too. But we had a conversation like human beings, and that's what we try to do here. You can have the conversation. There's a lot of things that he says that I'm not going to agree with. A lot of things that I say he doesn't agree with. A lot of things that I said that you don't agree with, and a lot of things that he says that you don't agree with, or vice versa. Right. So that is what we're going to do. As far as a shit rat face doesn't come out for those types of things. Shit rat face comes out for like Bruce Pritchard. He can get the shit rat face. Lauren L. Disney settled their lawsuit with ScarJo. 90% of all suits settle. All right, good point. Additionally, there are no federal laws against firing someone for political beliefs. 100%. That's what I'm saying. There's no federal law against it. I know, but still, the thing is, you can use examples of people who weren't, and then they didn't have a. I'm telling you, this didn't have a sound argument why they got
but it was just a settlement. Anyway,
Polish guy, what's a worse bet for a studio? Casting Carano or giving Rob Zombie $40 million? Giving Rob Zombie $40 million, although he swears that they did not give him $40 million for that movie.
You might be able to protect Carano by limiting the amount of screen time she gets, but with Rob Zombie, you give $40 million, you're effed. You're totally effed. So I would say
when she was in the fight scene, she was good. I think that the Mandalorian knew how to use her. You got to do it that way. Missing score 44. What's the strangest studio decision you've seen? For me, it was making Rush Hour and Lethal Weapon into TV shows. Yeah, I mean, it's also a different time when they were doing that. They put it on a network television too. I don't know. I'm gonna say for me, what was it I saw? Shoot, I'm sure there's tons of them that I can't. Oh, you know what? I'm gonna go with an old school stupid one of not getting Wesley Snipes back from Major League 2.
Oh man, right?
Just say he got traded. I love Omar Epps. You're gonna have Omar Epps could have been in the movie as somebody else. Don't pretend that he's Willie Mays Hayes. He's not.
It's funny. You go with the casting one. I also have a casting one, and that's replacing Jodie Foster with Julianne Moore. I thought that.
Oh yeah.
You absolutely killed the franchise by doing it. 100%. Yes, you still made some money on the other ones, but it was never near as magical as it was with Silence. Getting rid of her was just
true. She didn't want to, right?
She didn't want to. Yeah. But there's always a number, as Teddy DiBiase used to say.
That's true. Money. He's one of my favorite bad guys of all time.
Oh, of course. He was great.
Ever. All right, guys. Thank you so much for being here. 73. John. Thank you, John. Guys, thank you. Apple Podcasts, Spotify, anywhere podcasts are found. We got a lot going on in the channel. Tomorrow we got the Thunderbolts reaction. Make sure you check that out. I'm gonna probably do a review of Wednesday season 2, the first 4 episodes, because I didn't I'm not going to do reaction to them, but I'm going to watch the 4 with my family, and then I'll do a reaction or review to it afterwards. So that Friday, Lord of the Rings, and that's it. Thank you guys. Appreciate you. We'll be back here tomorrow. Tomorrow is going to be at the 2 p.m. time, and then from Wednesday to Friday, we're back at 10 a.m. So 10 a.m. Is that right? Yeah, 10 a.m. What am I doing? Am I right? No, 9 a.m. PST. Sorry, I'm going to do it again because it's really confusing. Tomorrow is going to be 11 a.m. for PST, and then the rest of the week is this time. So sorry about that. Jet, stop it, Jet. You stop this, and you're probably right. Blue Jays, the Yankees are stinking up the joint. You guys rock. Thank you again. Apple Podcasts, Spotify, anywhere podcasts are found. We appreciate you. We'll see you on the flip side. I watched some of this yesterday.
Mustard.
Perfect.